Live, local.
Always told you that Joe Rose, the little dog, he's the best. Almost as good as Howard from Boca.
We are Sports Radio 560, WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
It's Friday, you bastards.
What the hell was that?
Another thing. You would have listened to me, you would have been a big star by now. With that little thick, squeak voice, how do you expect to get anywhere, you little puny puke? Will you say puke?
I think it's the
I don't even know anymore.
what's it? The 3,500 whites. The more I hear you,
Yeah, what about it?
the more I hate you.
What do I care with you?
And when I'm near you, I wanna die. You're peccary, no toenail cheese aroma. Puts me in a coma and blinds my eye.
Why, I ought to smack you. There, see? I know my smell attracts you. But unlike Zach, you still got a job. I feel just like that you are my kid brother. And one yiddy to another. That's why you're still not fired. Doy, 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 doy. Doy, 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 doy. Doy, 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 doy. A morning show can put you in a coma. Can't wait till it's over. All right, that's enough.
Give another slap for us, Mo. Attaboy. 10:02 at 560 WQAM. Man, this place is just full of controversy and hate and rifts and riffraff.
Love, hearts,
all of
flowers.
these things, man. I thought our only real problem was
Howard from Boca.
Little did I realize he's just small potatoes these days. You know what? I think the biggest problem is that Geldie is so desperate to get away from
Howard from Boca.
That's where the real problem lies, if you ask me. I could be wrong about that because, I'm so out of touch. Thank God. Anyway, we got a lot of Geldie material here today, so we'll probably play this several times. Yeah. Anyway, Jim Sarney writes a whole bunch of crap. Hey, Jim, you haven't got any clue what you're writing about. As usual, you're another South Florida loser. Anyway, 4 held in beheading of Americans. You see that story?
No.
No. Just in. Iraqi police have arrested 4 people in the slaying of American Nicholas Berg, an Iraqi security official said this morning. The suspects were former members of Saddam Hussein's Fedayeen paramilitary organization, said the official, who spoke on condition of anonymity. They were arrested a week ago in a house in Salaheddin province north of Baghdad. Isn't that great that we have all of these words that nobody's got any idea what they mean or where these are?
Now.
What is that? The moving pictures of what?
Of the prisoner abuse.
Oh, the abuse? Hey, listen, they should be given a medal. That's what the good part of your audience said yesterday. That poll you took, good poll, but man, the response was about as embarrassing as anything we've ever had on this show.
Does it surprise you?
The group that was involved in the killing of Berg was led by Yasser al-Sabawi, a nephew of Saddam Hussein, the security official said. He said American intelligence had asked the Iraqi authorities to hand over the suspects, but they were still in Iraqi hands. Al-Sabawi was not among those arrested, he said. And I'm sure also not arrested was al-Zakari, who supposedly did the beheading and probably wasn't even there because he's dead. And at the very least had his leg chopped off. Not, well, yeah, that's what he said when they chopped his leg off. Anyway, George asked yesterday, and you'll be pleased to know those people who like me and hope I'm around a while, and those people who hate me like poison also will be pleased, because otherwise, what would they do if I wasn't here?
I have no life.
Everything came out just fine, so to speak. Oh, yeah. Everything was great. My prostate is great. 2.4 PSA for an old fart like me is fabulous number. So yesterday, I had several fingers. What?
Yeah.
It felt like a finger. Well, I can't go into that.
No, you can't.
I can't go into that.
They did, but
they sure did. Well, the problem is when you go to these, there's no more proctologists. Now it's colorectal specialist or something like that. In other words, whole doctors. But when you go there, they have like a whole team. I said, is that the first team you got back there? getting ready behind me, whatever they're going to do. I would have sworn I saw Defoe. Do you know that Defoe showed up with, who else was with him? With P.D. Lenny.
Right.
For Zach's birthday party at Charhut.
I wasn't invited.
And our program director, Clarence Darrow, is such a cheap Jew that he drove all the way up to, where was it? Somewhere in Broward.
I have no idea.
He drove all the way up there just so we can get a free meal at Charhut. He probably spent like $5 gas going up and back. But he didn't care because it was a free meal at Charhut. Because he's a schnorrer. He's learning fast. Is that embarrassing or what?
No, I'd have done that.
So P.D. Lenny showed up and also Defoe. I wonder what kind of drugs, what kind of stuff they ate up there. Anyway. Oh, listen, I'm loaded for it today. You have no idea. Just wait. Wait till I get to Geldie. Oh, man. Hey, Geldie, let me tell you right now, the idea of you doing the Panther games, I was thinking about it driving to work this morning.
It's a goal, it's a goal, it's a goal. Oh, it's a goal.
I can just hear it now, can't you? I can hear Randy Moller reaching over and slapping him one. Yeah, slap him again, Randy. Because there's a rift, is what Joe Rose is reporting this morning, between Randy Moller, who is, by the way, the Panthers director of broadcasting. I didn't know that. Red Deer Randy is the Panthers director of broadcasting with their 0.7 share that nobody cares about it. In fact, Mad Dog I was driving home from Mommy's Wednesday, and Mad Dog had to call somebody saying, how about that Flyer Lightning series? And man, he said, you got 10 seconds. Nobody cares about it. And then he was counting down the 10 seconds. I think I was trying to say something. So why the Panthers are on this station, I have no idea, because we are the anti-hockey crowd, except on this show. And Geldie would like to be in there, but, he'll get slapped aside by Randy Moller and everybody else, too. I'm going to slap him around a little bit today, too, because he deserves it. He's out of control. His ego has just become so massive and vivid.
I don't know if I should do all 82 games. It's a long season. How can I do the games and stay on the morning show?
Of course, the main thing, see, that's why he wants to get off the morning show, a two-pronged thing. First of all, he desperately wants to get away from
Howard from Boca,
which we can understand easily. So does everybody else. I'll tell you, our good friend
Howard from Boca
is so desperate to find an ally that he's even sucking up to the beast now. How do you like that? Did you hear that?
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Another great update by my good friend the Beast. He's a hell of a guy, a whale of a guy, all this other crap. He's sucking up to him because he can't find anybody who will, now that Geldie turned on.
Howard from Boca.
What has he got left? He's got no allies.
That's so sad.
You got us.
That's right. We're chums.
Relatively speaking, I think we're pretty tight with our good friend
Howard from Boca.
Because Joe Rose Joe would he'd sooner blow his brains out than even look at him. No, he would. He would just as soon grab that piece, that muskrat off his head and just bada bing, do that, as look at Mo ever again. Because Joe is a little bit PO'd at
Howard from Boca.
Just in general, not anything specific that I know of. Just in general, just life, I believe. So anyway, that whole thing goes on, and Geldie wants to do the games. He doesn't know if he wants to do all the games with his squeaky voice. It's a goal, it's a goal. But anyway, I somehow can't envision that. I know he did that one game when Chris Moron was in New Jersey or something, and couldn't make it back. And I went to bat for Geldie. Remember those days back in the day? And I was when Christina Moron, anybody would have been a big improvement over Christina. I mean, now that we got Jiggs McDonald being put out to pasture. And by the way, it's just a radio show, Jiggs. Quit being so sensitive. Quit being a grumpy old man, just like
Howard from Boca.
Okay? They'll say bad things about you. You don't want to do that and blemish your otherwise mediocre, your fine record over all those years, including the 2 years in Toronto where they rode you out of town on a rail. You don't want to do that, Jiggs. What? What are you smirking about? That's true. You think real hockey fans, like the Maple Leaf fans who listen, especially after being honored with a great Joe Bullen, they're going to listen to Jiggs McDonald? My God, that's like a slap in the face, is what that is, to real hockey fans. How many of those we got here?
About 30, man.
Yeah. If it sounds like I'm rambling, I am, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm just in a rambling mood. I'm a rambling guy today. I'm like Bob Seger.
Rambling man.
Yeah, I'm a rambling man, ready to pop a couple of pills, a couple of pups. 9 minutes. Well, we're excited because we're waiting for a Ponytail, Jeff Cohen, to bring us food today. I'm actually going to break a long-standing fast, an on-the-air fast. Haven't had food in here while I'm here in a long time.
Right, no.
But today we'll make an exception because you got stiffed. You're not fooling us, Ponytail. You're not fooling me, I'll tell you that. George was in here with Josh yesterday, holishing, as the Chinese say, dying for food, just starving to death. And
thinking
Skippy,
we were going to get some.
If you want food, give the order to a real man. Which that ain't Skippy, okay? Anybody who's a bigger shrimp than you are.
A smaller shrimp.
A smaller shrimp than you are is not somebody that you give a major league man's job like getting the food in here.
He could have just said that Jeff didn't want to have anything to do with it.
But you see, you're assuming that he cared.
No, I'm not.
As soon as Jeff told him, Neil's going to be back tomorrow, I'll bring in food tomorrow. As soon as he told him that was it as far as Skippy was concerned. He doesn't care about you.
We got lots of friends. See?
He doesn't care about you.
He could have just said that.
I understand, but he doesn't care about you enough to tell you that, though. Because if he told you that, then you could have called somebody and they would have brought you food. You could have called Ira for all those subs from Atlantic City subs. We're experts at getting free food in here. Everybody knows that.
We were both feeling faint.
Yeah.
Josh had to eat Chef Boyardee spaghetti.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you, because I know he likes to eat.
See him.
But that's beside the point.
Couldn't get any.
I see. Maybe Jeff will bring you some of those. 10 minutes, Pat. And by the way, I'm not putting you on the air, Ponytail, not after your brutal behavior of George and Josh yesterday. That was very, very acceptable. I mean, no, because if he'd have brought you food yesterday, he sure wouldn't come back. The only reason I want him here today is because we have no more soda.
No more soda, I know.
Back in the day, in the salad days, the glory days, if I can say that. Can I say glory?
No.
Well, we used to have all these people bringing us, like Sal Falcone would bring us that great Soleil water, the bottled water straight from Italy, all of the stuff that used to come in here. And it was great when people liked this. But now we got so many people that hate us like poison, or at least hate you like poison. And so I have to suffer for it these few weeks a year when I bother coming back here. I have to suffer. I mean, the cupboard is bare. Look, there used to be cartons piled up to the ceiling almost with free water and free Snapple, all kinds of stuff.
You're not here. Why should they bring?
Yeah, they don't like you. Like Skippy, they don't care about you. They're small potatoes.
I'll buy my own soda. That's fine.
Yeah,
like that. The soda.
No, it's got caffeine in it.
I know. That's why I bought it.
Because you keep eating that caffeine and you'll find things growing in your
rectum.
I'm telling you right now. That's what they told me yesterday at the clinic.
Really?
That's right.
That could explain things.
They said, we see, evidence of caffeine in your
rectum.
But we can't talk about it at length because that might then, the next logical step is that duff spot about painful vacation.
Attention, man.
Painful vacation. I mean, deaf vacation. Isn't that what they call it when, like, a deaf guy gets some time off from work, a deaf vacation? I think that's what they call it. Anyway, what do you think? It's painful, you're right. He's not getting that Panther job, not if I have anything to do with it. 12 minutes after 10 at 560 WQM. Voom is not just your ordinary regular TV. Anybody can see that. But it's high-definition TV delivered via satellite dish and HD receiver. The picture is so sharp, it's almost like you could reach in there and just tickle your athletes right on the solar plexus. Voom is the only entertainment system designed for high-definition TV. Voom has got the most HD TV anywheres, and they provide you all the equipment necessary to enjoy the ultimate HDV experience, including the satellite dish, HD receiver, and the remote. I bet you I know who'd like one of those.
Howard from Boca.
And Voom has got over 30 channels
About 30, man.
of HD programming. You can watch ESPN in high definition. That's 3 times more HD TV channels than you get from cable. They got all your other favorite channels, too, like HB, MTV, even your local yokel channels, which are mighty sad. Voom's got over 120 channels of great entertainment. They've got exclusive channels also of HD movies, music, and sports that you can't get from your cable or satellite company. So with Voom, you get all the stuff you got now, plus all these awesome high-definition channels to enjoy. Call Voom today. Make your HD TV set worthwhile. Call them toll-free at 1-866-848-8666 or visit Voom.com for a limited-time offer that includes free installation, no upfront cost, no long-term commitment. Call 1-866-848-8666 or go to Voom.com to start Vooming today. And you better do it right away because today is what, 21st? 10 more days. Offer ends May 31.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Mackinac. This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're listening to the Hockey Authority, Neil God.
Janice Popinski, woman or a man, Commandant of Army concentration camp. You replace the torture at Hussein's Abu Ghraib with a better way to rape and torture instead. Conquering Iraq because we hate them for something that we know they did not do. Bush-Obama Nazi occupation. Now we're all screwed. Janice Popinski, let that freedom ring, and tie electrified barbed wire to their thing. Take those naked inmates, stack them in a pile. There's a Kodak moment to say cheese and smile. Overseeing all that rape and torture, inventing new atrocities for fun. Like Nuremberg, you only follow orders. Look what we've become. Janet Kopinski, smelly fat bulldog, wrapped in her black rubber on a Saturday night.
I'm listening.
10:18 at 560 WQM. Happy Friday to you. We got the Mad Dog at 2. I'm looking at this at Hooters in the Pines, no less. Well, that's kind of a little change, ain't it? Change of pace, change of place.
Why not?
Humper in the studio, 4 to 7 this afternoon. The Hebrew Hammer, Henry Goldberg. Marlins on deck at 7. They won a game last night. They're starting to turn things around. Kind of like when I was at the doctor yesterday. He said, turn that thing around. No, it's bad when they're behind there and you can't, they make you hunch down over that table and they got like 3 of them behind you. And they have that like cloth over your
rectum.
And you can't see what's going on back there. And you feel these instruments, or at least you're praying that there really are instruments. Anyway, we can't go into it.
Boog in for Mad Dog today.
Too duply. Boog is in for the Mad Dog?
Yeah.
Was that Clarence on the phone?
Yeah.
Well, how come when he was in here before, scratching his privates, why didn't he tell us about that before?
Obviously,
and by the
just
way,
found
Clarence,
out.
I don't want to see you scratching your privates. Did you notice that when he was in here?
Thank God, no.
I guess he was aroused because he had seen the Beast in the hallway a couple of times. Yeah. Yes. Maybe that's why the Beast's head was glowing when he came in here before.
Shiny.
Just like one of them bugs, what do they call those? The little ones that light up, like, you know.
Oh, the fireflies.
Fireflies, yeah. Like a cross between a firefly and a fruit fly.
Maybe you got a fresh buff.
That's what
why
Muff
it was
said.
shiny.
Anyway, what was I just saying before we got sidetracked? Something very important, and you, got me all off on that Clarence crap about him scratching his crotch. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah, we were about Geldie not getting that Panther job.
I don't know if I want to do all 82 games. It's a long schedule, and you know.
Man, quit belly aching, and you're not going to get it anyway because I'm sure that Randy Moller is going to stick it to you. That's the rumor that Joe started this morning, that there's a real rift there going on. You know, let's spice it up a little bit for that Panther organization. They had like a 0.7 share on his radio station. I mean, if we lost the Panther broadcast, wouldn't that be bad?
No.
Huh? To like a station that really cares about hockey, which we don't. Maybe that Carl Bananas Foster, he can put it on his 5-watt station at night that nobody can hear. Huh? Still probably have the same 20 people listening, because anybody that cares about the Panthers, we're watching it on the TV, right?
Yes.
We don't want to hear some old fuddy-duddy guy like Jug McDonald, old McDonald. And now that he's hanging it up, plus there may not be any season next year anyway. It all may be a moot point, right?
I'm sure. That's what you've said.
In fact, I got a good idea. Let Geldie, this may be the solution. Let Geldie go up in a broadcast booth and just practice all season.
There you go.
Pretend there's a get on. You know what I'm saying? And get excited. You like that. And
It's a goal.
like make sounds like that. Geldie, I don't think so. I mean, if they really have 50 tapes from real broadcasters, that leaves you out in a cold, man. I'm telling you. I don't want to pee on your parade, Geldie, because you're not a really bad guy, but you're just out of control. You need to be put back in your place a little bit, especially the way you treated our good friend.
Howard from Boca.
Yeah. He was, I don't know whether Mo was still in that room this morning, or you're getting your car washed. These guys, you never see your car again, you give him your keys.
Well,
you kidding me?
Ding it up a little bit, but that's all right.
Oh, man, I saw him driving a Cadillac Seville right up 7th Avenue and coming to work. Take it. You don't want that one anyway. It's a piece of crap. Anyway. Oh, no, actually, it's a nice vehicle. They got it from Kim Bokamper's University Dodge, where they have that big cow out in front.
AC sure blows cold now.
Anyway. Morris in our audience faxes me a whole long thing, which Morris, I knew you had to send it to somebody. The other day, Rush Limbaugh actually said that Al-Qaeda wants John Kerry to defeat W. Just now he knows how he knows another question. Maybe he defined it in a narcotic-induced reverie. Nice thought, Morris. Anyway, I was so incensed I wrote a rebuttal, didn't know where else to send it, so I'm faxing it to you. Hope you enjoy it. Well, I probably won't enjoy it because I don't have time to read it, Morris, but thanks for getting it off your chest and being pissed off and fired up. And especially, here's one Jewish guy that's going to vote for Kerry, Morris. Thank God for that, because I'm encountering all of these Jews for Hitler. Everybody I've talked to this week, see, this business about how he panders to Israel because he's going to get the Jewish vote, and they're saying, oh, no, he's not going to do that. I think they're wrong. I think he is going to get, at least here in Florida, the people I'm talking to.
Ethnic pandering working in politics?
No, but
You're
seriously,
wrong.
I mean, people who have been lifelong Democrats supposedly, although the people I've been talking to are more like involved in the financial field, which means that they don't really care about all these other issues or really about Israel. That's just an excuse because they're selfish and they want to get more tax breaks for the rich, things like that. That's that's really where it is.
Yeah.
Gives a bad image to the rest of us Jews who aren't cheap penny pitching, that stereotype.
Nickel shaving.
Right. Oh, nickel shaving. Todd Dreck's back in the sales department right now, shaving it. Yeah. In fact, it's a good thing that he never worked at IOD back in the day, because if Steve Nickel would have been the PD, he probably would have shaved him, too.
With a straight razor.
Oh, good. Now that I'd like to see. One thing about Steve Nickel, man, he sure had a nose for talent. What should happen today? This was George's poll question yesterday, and your response was so outrageous and unacceptable. I'm embarrassed for you. WQAM, yes, sir.
Choke a nail?
No, I don't think so. That sounded like your friends, didn't it?
One of them.
Well, you got so many.
I know.
I don't mind. I don't want to talk to a bunch of mugwumps, okay? If you can speak English, or even a couple of words of it. But otherwise, I'm not going to waste my time with you. WQAM, hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, yes, sir.
Does it bother anybody that a guy who has no minor league experience has done, 2 broadcasts, is now up for a major play-by-play job?
Bothers the hell out of me, I'll tell you, when there are a lot of really great broadcasters out there. See, the only problem being in this town, the reason it doesn't bother anybody, including that idiot Jim Sarney at the Sun Sentinel, is because they don't know anything about hockey anyway.
But you're
Do you think that Jim Sarney would know a good hockey broadcaster?
Probably not, but here's the point. You're championing, and rightfully so, the fact that people don't pay their dues to get up in the business, and that people who are actually devoted to working in the business get passed over all the time. Well, this is a classic example.
Yeah.
You got a squeaky-voiced punk who's done nothing. Nothing. His whole career except be in the right place.
You're giving him quite a spanking, man. In fact, maybe we should do that all day. Call in and spank Geldie a little bit. He deserves it. Give him a spanking.
So it's basically promotion by attrition. Is that it?
Well, let me just make one suggestion to you, okay? I don't want to say it too loud. I think he might work cheap.
Really?
Think about that. Think about the Panther coaching selection last year. Remember that?
But you're saying other broadcasters in small markets who wouldn't work at a smaller salary level wouldn't come here?
They would probably chop off their right leg, just
so
like Alza Crowley, so that they could do the game. You're right.
It can't be money. It's got to be just, incestuous.
Well, be sure and tell that to the director of broadcasting, Randy Moller, okay? Because I'm sure he's looking for any excuse to knock Geldie's name off of that list.
Is he sober?
See ya.
Bye.
Well, there you go. There's a guy who makes a good point. I think it's Spank Geldie Friday. Remember how they used to have that Forget About It Friday, which didn't go over too big? That was on the
Howard from Boca
show. But I think that Spank Geldie Friday might just, in fact, I'll tell you who will enjoy that too.
Howard from Boca.
Now that he knows that. So I started to say this before and I interrupted myself because I'm on drugs, I think, today. But Geldie was out there in the hall with Blockhead, with Joe Rose, and they were, I was confabulating with them briefly when I came in this morning because I don't see them very often, which is fine. I mean, at least in Geldie's case, which is fine. I like Joe. But why are you making a face when I said that?
No, I told myself a joke I never heard before.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, and they're ripping Mo, and I don't know whether he was still in the studio or he was on his way out the door to that, whatever he was driving this morning, the Jeep or something. What was that thing he was driving?
Who are we talking about?
A Humvee? An armored
Mo
tank.
or Joe?
Howard from Boca.
That's who we're talking about.
Oh,
so he might have already been gone. Because they were standing right outside that studio there where he sits in there and adjusts his piece, and they were like ripping him an ass. I guess that was just to amuse me. Is that what it was? Boy. Anyway, when Joe said it, it was very amusing. I don't find Geldie too amusing. I find him to be a very unnerving, disturbing little twerp. Anyway, what? There's that face again.
He's
you keep
tall
making.
Guy.
Boy, oh boy. 26 after 10. No, seriously, if they're going to be a Panther broadcaster, we don't want somebody like this caller just said. It was an excellent call. We don't want beginners. Okay? There are a lot of people who have paid their dues. They broadcast minor league hockey. They broadcast maybe in Canada where they really understand the game. Let's get a real broadcaster in here. I mean, of course, here, most of these people would know Joe Bowen from Jimmy Bowen. Even George knows Joe Bowen.
Yeah, because we got drops.
There you go. 26 past 10 at 560 WQ. If you're still afraid to buy a bet over the phone, what are you waiting for? Because for over 25 years, millions of people have dialed 1-800-MATTRES for the lowest prices on the best brands in betting. The easiest possible way to buy you a great mattress. This is it. There's no risk because if it's not perfect in every way, if you don't love it, just call them back for a full comfort exchange. It's completely free within
about 30, man.
Days. No extra fees, no strings attached. Dial Mattress is ranked #1 in customer satisfaction, and they were winners of the 2004 Better Business Local Torch of Excellence Award. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you'll get the best prices on the best brands with delivery on your schedule and the best customer service in the business. So why would you waste any of your time and money schlepping from showroom to showroom? It's strictly a waste of time. It's for suckers. Dial Mattress has the complete line of Sealy, Serta, King, Coil, Simmons, Tempur-Pedic, and Stearns & Foster Hewitt. From Kendall to Stewart, and with Foster Hewitt, from Palm Beach to Fort Myers, and Chuck Meyer as well, Dollar Mattress can deliver the finest bedding around. Chuck Meyer, by the way, that morning show sucked, Chuck. It was bad. And those interviews, but you need to do the smart thing like everybody else at QM is doing if you want a great night's sleep at a great price top goods. Dial a mattress at 1-800-MATTRESS. Just one easy call, and they'll be there when you want. 1-800-MATTRES or online. It's mattress.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Friday, you bastards.
Oh my God.
Tabloid Latoya with your tell-all book, exposing the Jackson family. You're a kook, butt naked and playboy. You bared all for some cash.
All right.
You're more suited for the Inquirer, girl. You're trash. All the dirt on all the Jacksons you tell. Michael and his monkey juicy stuff. With all his weirdness, you make Mike seem normal. Girl, just shut up.
Absolutely.
Tabloid Latoya, talentless and lame, trying to make a sleazy buck of your family's name.
10:32 at 560 WQM on a great Friday, boy. It is really some kind of a sensational day. You ought to see all the stuff, all the crap that's going on in the hallways in this building. No, this is why it's good for me to come back. Not too often, just once in a while, and see the kind of lunacy that goes on in the name of business in here. That's right. You're making faces and wagging your tongue all around, but that's about what this place is all about. It is just a nut house. Anyway, what should happen to the soldiers in the Iraq prisoner abuse scandal, which, of course, the Washington Post has released all those new grotesque pictures today.
Including moving pictures.
Yes, 1,544 votes. Absolutely a disgrace, your response to this. It is just grotesque and unacceptable when you come right down to it. Prison time and a dishonorable discharge, 757, 49.1%. I like the 777 myself better. Nothing, they were just following orders, 516. We know about people who follow orders.
Duh.
They should all get a medal. This right here, 242, 15.6%, who think that the soldiers who abused the Iraqis should get a medal. 15.6%. You people need very, very, very serious, like a slap. Ow! That's what you need.
This surprises you?
A beating. Yes.
Really?
It didn't surprise you?
No.
They should get a medal?
That's why I put it on there. I knew that it would
70
be
to 90% of those Iraqis that were in that prison were not guilty of anything. In fact, they've already let 750 of them go.
They were terrorists.
Oh, I see.
They bombed
those buildings.
9/11. Yeah.
Life in prison, 24. So 15.6% think that this is a wonderful thing, and let's continue abusing because, let's face it, they're a bunch of ragheads anyway, and we're pissed off at them, so let's abuse them.
Matter of
Use
fact,
them and abuse them.
Let's kick it up a notch.
But, of course, if that's your philosophy, then why the hell are we letting all of our people over there being, what are we doing trying to free them and having our people being killed? Using that excuse that it's, to try to bring democracy. And speaking of that Chalabi, how long have I been screaming about him?
About 30 years.
Ahmed Chalabi, or Chalabi, however you want to say it. They keep changing the pronunciation like Tony Dorsett. Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, they raided his home. And didn't we have the story on the website? I had it on there myself many, many, many days ago, if you read our crap on there, that he was feeding secrets to Iran. He's buddies with the Iranians. On the one hand, he's good buddies with Dick Cheney, but then every crook's good buddies with Dick Cheney. And on the other hand, he's buddies with the Iranians. He was feeding them top-secret information, helping them build una bomba grande. And he's the guy that we were going to put in charge? Oh, we don't think so. Again, just like the pictures, it's the same thing. They keep getting caught with it, just like I was at the doctor yesterday with their pants down. Only they got a lot more than 3 people standing behind them in line waiting. Kind of just like Muff. Wow. Oh, somebody faxes you this. Well, no, this is for you. It says some sci-fi fantasy pool ideas for George, and then they spell you with a G and with a J. And by the way, Skippy don't like you.
Oh, gee.
No, of course he don't like anybody. He's only interested, like most of the people in this building, he's only in it for himself. If he can siphon off the commission on any account that he inherited, name me one new account that he has sold on the Neil Rogers Show. How long has Skippy been on this working in this joint?
A yearish.
Okay. Name me one new account he's sold on this show. I mean, you got Adam. Adam has sold a bunch. Adam's always selling new accounts. In fact, Adam is one of the few people we got that goes out there and beats the bush and brushes and comes up with new accounts. Our good
Troy.
Huh? Well, you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to let me get Troy like that. I'm not that quick. I don't have it on a button like that. Oh, I like that line. Yeah, give another spanking. Randy Moller is spanking Geldie. He's got him over the edge of the table right now and spanking both cheeks big time. Oh, man. I bet you even Juggs would like to come back and see that one time. I bet you Jiggs McDonald ain't too fond of Geldie either. I don't know why. And then, of course, there's Reimer. Oh, well, we'll get to the article, the Jim Sarney piece. I'm just getting way behind here, which is good. This will kill a good couple of hours real fast.
11:30.
Now, that's much too late. 11:30, my ass, Skippy. Boy, you are useless. Name me a new account that you've sold on this show since you've been here. Name me one. He's standing there in the doorway. He's backing out of the doorway, and now the door is closing, and he's on the other side of it. How do you like that, huh? He ain't no Troy. I'll tell you that. In fact, he ain't know anybody. He ain't even know Fat Boy. Yeah, he just backs out the door. No, listen, we just exposed the faker. This is a man who came in here. Now, Screwan has got a thing for him because I understand he's got something she likes. I don't know.
A pretty mouth.
Yeah. But the bottom line is all he did was inherit a bunch of accounts that other people sold or that I've had on the air for 100 years.
About 30, man.
And he comes in here, he's siphoning off the commission. So now Jeff is going to be here with our food and our soda at 11:30. Now, let me just say this, okay? I don't want to get anybody nervous, especially some of the nervous Nellies in middle-level management. But look at my mug. Not that one. Mm-hmm. I've got about 3/4 of a mug full of Diet Pepsi, yeah. Okay? When it's gone, I'm gone. Right. I already told Muff that this morning. He thought I was joking. I can't do a show. I don't know about you, but I have to keep sipping because
anybody who
you have to wet your palate.
Sure.
You can't do it with dry throat. I mean, everybody likes deep throat, but nobody likes dry throat.
Right. You go through like 4 of those during the course of a show, maybe.
Yeah, I would say that's about right, which the cans aren't really all that big.
No, but 1 an hour.
Right. I would say that. And, of course, it's not all that good for you, but then again, I'm still alive, and I'll guarantee you my tests are a lot better than some of you much younger pups out there.
Did you bring pictures?
And you want to know why? Oh, yeah, I brought you some inside pictures of my
rectum.
Just like that one.
Yeah, I know.
My throat that looks like something else.
We have a picture of each end.
Anyway, so here's some sci-fi. I'll throw it away. You don't mind.
Throw it on.
You know, I mean, see,
Please,
whoever sees an insult to George, it makes it seem like he's some kind of an overgrown child with that science fiction stuff, okay? Which, in a way, he is, but he don't want to do that on the air. We'll let Suds do that.
Snippets.
Here's today's poll. Well, we'll get to it in a minute. I see he's already got it up there. Well, he wants to get that up there so he can go do his thing, okay? He's probably pretty pissed off, Eric, that I've been wasting 40 minutes now, not even getting to the, well, I'll do it in my own good time. How do you like that, fatso? I'll do it when I get around to it. I got some big fish to fry here today, including one who's just out of control now that Jim Sarney wrote that piece. He was in here this morning. Pop, 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 pop.
It's a goal. It's a goal. It hit the post. It hit the post. Now look at it hit the post.
I mean, come on, that squeaky voice piece of, you don't have to have a great voice to be a hockey or a sports broadcaster. You have to have a distinctive voice, but you don't want to have a grating, annoying voice. See, that's the difference. See the difference between a distinctive voice and a great voice and a grating, annoying voice. Squeaky voice like that. Wow, ooh. No, seriously, there was actually a chill went up and down my spine when I heard, oh, God. I mean, the idea of listening to a hockey game with somebody doing that for like 2.5, 3 hours. Oh, wow. It just, well, you know something, Geldie? Whatever crap we give you today, you deserve it, all right? And the rumor from the organization is, from inside the organization, is that he called up people out of the phone book. Out of the Miami phone directory. And Broward also.
Well, what do you think? Should I take that Panther job or not? They haven't offered it to me yet. What do you think?
Everybody. Like this is what all of our lives are revolving around is, and of course nobody told him to go get his wife pregnant twice. They could have waited a little bit, right? One thing I can't stand is guys who get their wives pregnant when they can't afford to be,
right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sure.
Sorry. Well, now, she pulled a fast one on you.
Right.
As if I have to tell you that. The whole world knows it, and evidently she has no shame, see?
No. She's a woman.
Just like Teresa on Passions, who, of course, now they get the blood test, and we find out, you'll see today, that she actually is pregnant. But, of course, it's not the eggs from Gwen that she lost that baby. She's pregnant by Ethan now, is the deal on Passions, which I know you're watching very closely.
Mm-hmm.
And who the hell is that Paloma that's coming back to Harmony? La Paloma.
La Paloma Blanca?
La Paloma Blanca. I don't know. That's bizarre. But then again, don't let me forget in a couple of weeks to do a poll about phrases and cliches. We've done it before, but I have to do it again.
Sure.
That people hate. You know the one that bothers me a lot, speaking of sports casting and sports nerds? Small ball. Oh, now see, you wouldn't understand that.
Oh, I know, I do.
It's a baseball thing, as opposed to like having home run hitters in the lineup. You got a bunch of guys that hit singles and bunt and sacrifice and, they scratch out small ball. Now the Boogster, I love Boog. He's great. He's a good guy and he's also great at what he does, as opposed to Dave Van Boring, who's terminal. But he says that, too. And, well, don't do it. Please, Bookster. You're a great broadcaster. You don't need to say stupid cliches like small ball. I mean, if you see Geldie, wow. Although I hear things. 19 before 11 at 560 WQM. Well, we can't say those things anymore, okay? We can't talk about the size of this or that or hey, but small ball. Oh. Kind of like our general manager, small ball. Is your company suffering from regulations and increased labor costs? Let Oasis Outsourcing help you when it comes to the people side of your business. Payroll administration, Fortune 500 company employee benefits, human resource services, and risk management are just a few of the services that Oasis Outsourcing can cover to help your business be more profitable. That's what it's all about, making some cash. Call Oasis Outsourcing today for a free evaluation at 1-866-OASIS. That's 1-866-286-2747. With more than 60,000 employees worldwide, Oasis Outsourcing understands the many facets of human resource management, and outsourcing is being recognized by firms both large and small as a powerful management choice which lets you take your time to focus on your core business while leaving the operational details to Oasis Outsourcing. So do the smart thing. Let Oasis Outsourcing make your business a lot more profitable. If you'd like a free evaluation, call them toll-free. The call won't even cost you a dime. No obligation. Call 1-866-OASIS and they'll explain what they can do for you. For Oasis Outsourcing, call 1-866-286-2747.
Live and local. This is 560.
The radio's all yours now.
QAM.
Geldie, talking on a sports show, trying to be macho. Your voice sounds just like a 7-year-old girl.
Yes.
A little sports host show.
Absolutely.
What else are you there for? Geldie, talking like a baby who needs a little training. Why can't you understand? You don't sound like a man. Remove the rubber bands that choke your scrotum. Geldie, your lucky management don't care. 'Cause Geldie, you don't belong there on the air. And Geldie, the sports can wait till your voice cracks. 'Cause anyone who sounds like that should find another job.
Absolutely.
And they should only take you back when both your BBs drop. Oh, Geldie, when you gonna grow up? You make us wanna throw up. You silly squeaky fool. Go to broadcasting school. Your prepubescent voice makes you sound like a putz.
Yes.
You're a putz.
I'm listening.
You're a putz. You're a
See, there are silly people. I'll give you an example. Tom Denenberg. We like Tom a lot. He used to be a sales guy at IOD. And Tom, of course, has been, Clear Channel, all these things. He's had the rough life of most, guys that like to eke out a living in the sales business. Now he's working for 850 up there with the Bob Eisenberg and anybody else whose name ends in Berg, Denenberg, Eisenberg, Goldberg, etc. Anyway, now there's a guy who's a silly guy. He doesn't take himself like real seriously.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In other words, Tom Denenberg understands his place in life. He's just one of those silly people, and we like Tom. But like Geldie is a silly person, but he takes himself seriously. That's the difference, Steve. Yeah. Well, I don't want to spank you too much on the air, but Randy Moller told me to do it. So rip that kid in the ass and put him back in his place. Knock him down a couple of nachos.
Nachos.
Anyway, got a lot of stuff to do here today, including eat. Man, oh man, this is great.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
You're about to get out of
I'm
here.
getting the hell out of here. Well,
it's like a party.
It was nice seeing you and seeing
Your trip was successful. People. You got all the things done that you wanted done, right?
Yes. Anyway. Oh, boy. You are dangerous. You are dangerous. In fact, you ever see George and Fat Rich together?
No.
Same person. Look for the QM Vandalite 6 to 8 for a cigar tasting event at the Stogie Cigars. By the way, I love a big cigar, big fat Stogie, or any kind of a cigar, good one, bad one, mediocre one, but they will kill you. Anyway, a cigar tasting event at Stogie Cigars at 11612 North Kendall Drive. Stop by to spin the wheel for Marlin tickets. Other prizes as well. That's at Stogie's, 6 to 8 tonight, Kendall, 117th Avenue. I guarantee Miguel will be there for that.
Probably.
He likes a stogie.
Sure he does.
I can't tell you what he does with it. Tomorrow afternoon, look for the QM van from 11 to 1 at Santa Rosa Marble, located at 3400 Northwest 77th Court in Miami. Also, George will be out. I didn't know you were coming out this weekend. George will be out from noon to 2 at Bill Seidel's Boulevard of Savings on Northwest 36th Street in Miami. He is now the famous George the Sandwich Guy. Not just, he's actually got a name attached to the Sandwich Guy. Stop by to win really marginal, very embarrassing prizes, but enjoy really good free food from Atlantic City Subs and our close friend Ira, whom we love very, very much. He's a good guy, unlike his former partner Scott. Is Scott still there?
I haven't seen him.
Good. And on Sunday, George will be at Dayland Chevrolet. Boy, you're going to be busy this weekend.
Telling you.
Dayland Chevrolet at 8455 South Dixie Highway in South Miami. Stop by to spin the wheel for prizes and enjoy free food from Atlantic City Subs. There's only one problem with this promo, and that is it doesn't have a time. Do we have a time
noon
for your...
Noon to 2, I do believe.
Noon to 2? I don't want to pick on Miguel because he generally means well, even though he's very confused and overly Cuban, but obsessed with Fidel and all that crap. But noon to 2, I guess, Sunday. See, that would be a good idea to put that in there instead of all the commercial stuff they stick in there. Yeah, all the free plugs. Oh, we'll give you 100 mentions on there. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this poll today, which some people already are voting on it because Eric is very impatient and he's done his part, is because here in the Inquirer, what?
It has a list.
It has a list. Magazine picks the craziest celebrities.
I added one.
Did you? I see that. Anne Heche.
And, yeah. But I can't vote.
But I did. Anyway, who do you think is the all-time craziest celebrity? Michael Jackson's got 35. Courtney Love's got 4. Ozzy Osbourne 3. None yet for Sid Vicious or Anne Heche out of the first 42 votes, but we'll get a lot more names for the poll. A lot more votes will start coming in, et cetera, and so on. Now, behind a beaded curtain today. Look at this. It's almost 11 o'clock already. I'm just getting around to our beaded curtain. By the way, Skippy, tell Ponytail to step on it, okay? No, well, look at I got a half a glass, half a mug.
I better get
of
the
diet
CDs
soda
ready.
Oh, when the soda's gone, I'm out. I'm out of here. I told Muff that this morning. You would have thought he'd have run to the soda machine or at least to Walgreens, tied me over just to make sure. I guess he thought I was funning him, okay? It was like a joke. High-paid broadcaster like me don't sit here. I'm not going to do damage to my throat, my livelihood, by sitting here doing dry throat on the air. I mean, he ought to know something about dry throat.
Attention, man.
Yeah. Well, that's his favorite line, ain't it? Huh? But anyway, you'd have thought that there were maybe Clarence, with all that money he saved from getting the free lunch at Char Hut the other day, he would have gone down with a couple of quarters, whatever, and got me a diet soda, tied me over till Ponytail gets here. Then, of course, once Ponytail gets here, we're expected to feed the whole building. See, that's the way it works. They give us nothing, just like Joey Zaza in Godfather 3. You give me nothing. You don't want to give, I'll take. Yeah, I thought we could reason together. Oh, Michael. Hey, Eli Wallach's seriously, that could be, we've done that poll, haven't we? The worst acting performance? Yeah, we did that not that long ago. But it is so unspeakable. I mean, Sophia, she can't help it. Number one, she's grotesque. She's got that huge honker. And number two, she's not an actress. She was just the director's daughter, that's all. But Eli Wallach, what is his excuse? He's been acting for a zillion years, for about
30, man.
No, more like about 300.
It made me rewatch some of his old stuff.
And we'd find out that he was just
as bad. He was never a good actor.
No, I don't agree with you on that.
Nah, well.
Was he?
Never good as far as I know.
But not like that, though.
Nothing was like that.
Not that bad.
That was his peak.
The good part. In fact, even when he was croaking on Connie's cannolis there, he did it badly.
Right.
Remember she was looking with the glasses, at the opera, and she's looking with the little glasses, and he's like...
He's only ever melodramatic, I noticed.
Che pane, oli oliva.
First of all, nobody in Italy would say that. Nobody anywhere in Italy would say that. First of all, it was just a loaf of bread that he probably pulled out of his ass. I mean, it was just, out of the donkey's ass. And then, oli oliva, like it's a big surprise, like they, use olive oil in Sicily. I mean, wow, what a concept. It's just, well, the script didn't help either. No. That was part of the problem. Maybe they should fear you. It was actually, maybe it was a comedy. We just didn't realize it.
Let's go watch it again.
Joey Zaza. I don't like Andy Garcia all that much, but I did like him there in that scene when he was on the horse.
He's what? He's a good actor.
He is?
Yeah.
I thought we already discussed this.
Yes,
I saw The Untouchables, right. Of course.
He was great.
He was good in that. What else was he good in? What else? He was in Godfather 3. He was okay.
It was okay. Oh, what's that other movie? It'll come to me.
Don't ever give an order like that again. It was not what I wanted.
Hey, Michael, how about some cake for your diabetic coma condition? Anyway. Who was that actor, very great actor, who played the Pope that, and that's a true story, by the way, they killed a liberal Pope, they didn't like that. Who's that great actor? Huh?
You could look it up on IMDb.
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Probably.
He was good. Anyway.
It'll take me an hour, but I'll
Behind the beaded curtain, if you want to get all excited for the weekend, Stephanie Seymour's on there. That ain't no slouch. And maybe if you look close enough, you will see more. Stephanie Seymour was born July 23rd, 1968. That makes her 32 and 4 is 36, less a couple of months. She's 35, almost 36, getting older by the minute. She got her big break in March 1991 while shooting a sexy spread. Can we say that?
No.
Shooting a sexy for Playboy on Florida Beach, just 4 months after having her first child, Dylan. Did you know that?
No.
Well, now you do. And then the then 22-year-old graced the cover of Vogue UK. Vogue. Seymour's rise, however, began at age 14 when she modeled for local newspapers and department stores in her hometown of San Diego. 14. She entered the Elite Look of the Year contest, got the first prize. She walked the runways of Europe for 2 years, and in 1993 appeared in Playboy's Valentine issue. In 94, Seymour hit superstardom in 2 striking photo shoots with famed photographer Richard Avedon for Egoist and Versace jeans. That year, Paris Match named her the most beautiful model. She also began her long-standing link to Victoria's Secret. Oh, but you won't see that show no more.
Mm-mm.
Because the religionists, the goody two-shoes, the crazy people, the crowd, they make sure that ain't going to be on no more that Victoria's Secret show. You might see a boobie or two on there, or something you shouldn't be seeing.
Underwear.
And appeared on the covers of Sports Illustrated, Elle, Self, and Vogue. She was in 2 music videos by Axl Rose, including Don't Cry, November Rain. She is the most recognized face in swimsuit and lingerie modeling on the planet from here to Uranus. How do you like that? Stephanie Seymour, behind the beaded curtain today on NeilRogers.com. Take a puke at it, okay? And make sure you got plenty of ID. Because John Ashcroft ain't taking no excuses, okay?
Hold it up to the
He's
screen.
not taking your word for it. And make sure you hold your hands way up like, not just above the counter, but like up in the air, like it's a stick up like that. Yeah. Because it probably is. Oh, these Jews for Bush that I'm discovering here, it just tears my kishkis out.
And Catholics for Bush.
Well, that's because of that Kerry, he's a baby killer. Which never bothered him any time in the past, but he's a baby killer. I don't get that whole deal, especially Bush is so virulently anti-Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
The Bob Jones University thing, the stuff that he did to McCain, all of this crap.
They believe the Catholics are Satan's church.
Yeah.
That they're all devil worshippers.
Well, you better shut up.
All right.
10:57 at 560 WQM. If you're on one of those, you know what really cracks me up is this morning they had another segment with Dr. Poopta in his pants on CNN about the Atkins diet again. Not only is the low carb thing everywhere, but now they got every day, every show, even the comedy shows have got pieces on the Atkins diet. If you're on Atkins, Sugar Buster, South Beach, or any of these low-carb, sugar-free diets that are just taking the world by storm right now, you got to find a store that'll give you some variety, because otherwise, forget about it. You'll never stay on it. It's boring. But if you have some things with some taste, this is the place you can stay on it and lose that weight. Delights of West Boca. The shelves are loaded with all kinds of great stuff that are geared toward losing the most possible weight. Not just on like low carbs a little bit, on cutting back, but on really losing weight. The weight loss phase of low-carb dieting. Delight carries over 1,000 great-tasting products with a focus toward the lowest possible carbs that can really fit into a successful low-carb weight loss plan. Their spring sale's in full swing right now, so stop on by the store. Their staff, like I always tell you, really understands low-carb dieting inside and out. And Delight's is open every day, 7 days a week from 10 to 10. That's Delight's of West Boca. You'll find them on the northeast corner of Glades and 441, right next to Boston Market in Boca. Boca, which, by the way, don't get lost because it looks a lot like Tamarack. Or call them What? It looks just like Tamarack. Or call toll-free 1-877-LOW-CARB, that's with a W, LOWCARB, or on the web at lowcarb.com. There's only one, but it's one hell of a store. Delights of West Boca, your official Atkins retail center.
We're Sports Radio 560, UAM.
People are iceholes.
We're so sorry, Dennis Rodman. We don't stock Angora teddies in Fusen Green. We're so sorry, Dennis Rodman. But the panties come with snappies to secure your little thing.
Jackson notified me. He said you're very pretty, but you're dressing too petite. He asked if you would mind wearing something underneath, 'cause you're way too tall.
Way too tall.
Every time he jumps, you can see his basketball.
Man, you look retarded. Retarded. For a 7-foot tall guy. Man, you look retarded. Retarded. For a 7-foot tall guy. Dennis Rodman likes to skip and float around. Float around. Move his Nike to the ground if you wanna hold him down. Dennis Rodman likes to skip and flip around. Flip around. Rodman's feet don't touch the ground. Even leg won't weigh him down.
I'm listening.
You look retarded.
Absolutely.
Retarded. For a 7-foot tall guy. You look retarded. Retarded. For a 7-foot tall
Well, I took my life in my hands. I took a chance. And it worked out just fine. Everything is coming up smelling like roses, okay? Smelling like Joe Rose. Well, I didn't know what the lyrics were in there. We haven't played it in a very long time, but somebody suggested Denise Rodman for our poll, and I think that's a great idea, don't you?
Sure.
Crazy. I mean, like that. Somebody also says Mike Tyson. Crazy. Another good one. And somebody also suggests, see, here's one that's got a list of 3, but I'm in such a good mood today, I don't really care if they can send a whole bunch.
About 30,
Sure,
man.
I don't care. The more the merrier. Winona Ryder, somebody said. Got it? Poor George is sitting in there working his ass off, typing these names on there, man. This is really brutal. Ted Nugent. Yeah. And I'll give you a clue who somebody else says is crazy.
You son of a bitch.
There's the clue. Chuck Heston, man. Hey, Michael Moore wants to see you again, Chuck, for a follow-up interview. What do you say, huh? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. So what do you think? Geldie for the Panther broadcast. We don't have any hockey fans. What a game last night. Wow. Tampa Bay, actually, they had that Eastern Conference thing wrapped up. And Daryl Sador, highly overrated. He played a horrible game all the way around. He makes a pass right in front of his own net, right out to the blue line, to Vladimir Malikov, who sticks it over to Keith Primo, who sticks it right in the net. That was so bad, Daryl. Too bad it wasn't like in New York. They could all have been going, Daryl, Daryl. It was bad. And so the Flyers went in overtime, which they should have lost that game. They won overtime 6-5, very exciting game. And so the series is tied 3 games apiece. Game 7 in Tampa Bay tomorrow night. You going to be going over for that? Sure you will.
For what?
That hockey game, Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Final, baby, to see who plays Calgary. This is, oh, if the Lightning win, and I'm sure pulling for them because I hate the Flyers. And I like the Lightning a lot. But if, especially Brad Richards, but if the Lightning should win, it'll be Tampa Bay against Calgary in the Stanley Cup Final. Can you imagine, even you who know nothing about sports, can you imagine the American network? Now, the CBC is happy because they got one Canadian team in there. They're ecstatic. Even though nobody outside of Calgary cares about Calgary. You think that people in Toronto give a flying crap about Calgary?
No.
No. Bunch of cowboys, bunch of nose pickers. Calgary.
Yeah.
Alberta.
Right.
The beef people, you know.
I know about it.
But anyway, so Calgary and Tampa Bay, that I don't think that'd be like a real ratings winner, if you ask me. But nevertheless, 105 votes on there. I guess I better refresh this, huh? Well, no, because I know you're adding some other names. I can actually see you add them on there. 115 votes. Who do you think is the all-time craziest celebrity? Michael Jackson, 85. Nobody's going to touch him, and who would want to? Ozzy Osbourne, 17. Courtney Love's got, look at that. Courtney's right up there with
9.
Ann Heche's got 3. Sid Vicious 1. None yet for Denise Rodman, Mike Tyson, Winona Ryder, Ted Nugent, or Charlton Heston out of the first 115 votes. By the way, it is a true story. If there is a lockout in the NHL season next year, the Panthers, in order to raise some cash, will be doing that dinner with the, that they do every year. Usually it's Waiter, There's a Puck in My Soup, but only Denise Potvin will be appearing this year. It'll be called Waiter, There's a Frog in My Soup with Denise Potvin.
What, no Rimmer?
Rhymer? I think there's no rhyme or reason as to why they even do that whole deal. Wait, there's a frog in my soup. A dumb frog in my soup. Oh, sorry, Denise. There's another one for you. Hard ass. That's a real, yeah. A lot of real schmucks in that organization, make no mistake about it. And that Randy Moller, what's that title again? Here it is. I guess I better get to this. Jim Sarney, one of the silliest people on the face of the globe, a real silly old coot. You know who he makes even look good?
Howard from Boca.
Right. He makes Mo seem like a real upstanding old guy. That's what a jerk Jim Sarney is. Jim, why doesn't somebody buy him a radio so he knows what the hell he's writing about? He writes, the Panthers' hunt for a new radio voice has reached the final stage with 8 candidates, including WQAM's Steve Geldie Goldstein, vying to replace Jiggs McDonald, who retired at the end of the season and certainly not a minute too soon. Several observers believe Geldie is the leading candidate, and the club would be wise to pick him, writes Jim Sarney. Wise to pick him. Geldie has been a vital member of the Panthers broadcast team for 7 years, doing pregame and postgame shows, television, and filling in on play-by-play. Once. Am I wrong about that? Did he do more than one game?
You're asking
me. He didn't fill in on play. I mean, he may have laid to fill in, but he certainly didn't fill in more than one game when Christina Moore was being hijacked in New Jersey or something. He has an identity with the club, and here comes another one of those brilliant lines that we get in South Florida in the fish wrappers down here, just like that Howard Cohen saying that Big 106 wasn't hurt by losing Howard Stern. This is the kind of journalism you get here, and I use that term very loosely. He has an identity with the club as involved in the community, an important element in modern broadcasting. Now, modern broadcasting, which means that almost every radio station has got a bunch of syndicated shows where whoever is on the air has got nothing to do with the local community, is broadcasting from 4,000 miles away, is either the same fat-ass Limbaugh or Dr. Laura, one of those losers, that has nothing to do with wherever you are. But an important element in modern broadcasting, says Jim Sarney. See, all he's doing is just sticking his tongue in Geldie's
rectum
and licking, lick. That's all he's doing. I'm definitely interested, Goldstein said. We've been talking. We're talking. I don't know if I want to do all 82 games, though. I mean, it's a lot of games, and I got the 2 kids. The Panthers' opening has created... It's a goal! Has created a lot of interest around the country, it says. I just can't conceive of him really doing the games. You know what I mean?
No, take a moment to think about it.
I already have. I can't conceive, being the hockey maven that I am and being an expert on the great hockey broadcasters of all time like Dan Kelly and Bill Hewitt and all the Joe Bowen, Mike Lang, Rick Jenneret, and somehow Ken Wilson. I don't put Geldie in that category, now or ever, quite frankly, if you know what I mean. Not that I want to pick on him, although Joe Rose is really on the outs with him. Joe, don't watch on the show, by the way, Geldie. See, his problem now is... he's between a crock and a hard place because he's between
Howard from Boca
and Joe, which Joe don't want him on the show, so he's got no chance of that. So if he wants to keep a job, which he's being very overpaid anyway, he's got to stick with the
Howard from Boca.
And of course, he's already burning that bridge. Not a good idea, right? He was what?
Right? Sorry. Well, the light situation you have in there.
He was the one guy, the one person that would at least tolerate
Howard from Boca.
Right? And so they've been on together. And I think, I don't know. But he's just got a feeling of hostility that is so deep and so great. He wants to get away from
Howard from Boca
at the worst possible way. So his only opportunity now, his only shot is the Panther broadcast. Now, we get the last part of this, and there's a couple more interesting things in here, in Jim Sarney's pathetic column. We received over 50 tapes, and it's an impressive list, said Randy Moller, the Panthers' director of broadcasting. Oh, my, the director of broadcasting is Bozo the Clown Jr.? From Red Deer, Alberta, or Saskatchewan, where the hell it is. And the team's radio analyst, it was tough narrowing it down, said Randy Moller, who told Joe Rose this. That was so great when he called Joe at the end of the show. I think Joe bailed out about a half. Huh?
That was funny.
That was great. Nice going, Joe. You the man. That blockhead, when you least expected. What did I tell you? What have I always said about Joe Rose? A good guy, but a little bit of a backstabber, and you just don't want to be on the stabbing end, which he likes me a lot, and I like him too. No, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
When you least expected, man, he slips that knife in there and just twists it. Which I thought was, yeah. Yeah. Then, lightning rod. Can Panther fans root for the Lightning, their hated rivals in the Stanley Cup Finals? Miss Sarney wants to know. It's good for hockey in the state, Moller said. That's the director of broadcasting for the Panthers, Red Deer Randy Moller. The main thing is Rick Dudley built the Lightning, and that's exactly what we have going with the Panthers. That's where we're going to be. The blueprint is right across the state. Right, you should live so long. The Lightning would create interest in the sport throughout the state, said Jeff Reimer, the Panthers TV announcer. It would be much like 96 when the Panthers were in the finals. The excitement interest was statewide. Does anybody believe that? No. People in Tampa, they could care less about us, and we feel more so only times about 1,000, right? In fact, that's our feeling is Tampa. I can't play that drop in anymore because it's not bleeped very well. And we don't want to get Muff all bent out of shape on a Friday. Spoil our whole weekend, you know. Probably conjuring up ideas of heading for Fantasy Fest. When is Fantasy Fest?
Halloweenish?
I don't know. Well, he's probably making her plans already. And, of course, or Provincetown. 11:13 at 560. WQM, I hear now that last Monday they started the weddings in Massachusetts. The rumor is, I already told you this, Beast and Clarence, man, they're on their way right now. And I'm not talking about San Jose. Lobster Fest is back at the amazing Emerald Coast Chinese Buffet. What a place this is, man. See him. See, he's just warming up. If you've never been to the Emerald Coast, you don't know what you're missing. This is not just another Asian buffet, which there's one on every street corner. This is the best. Emerald Coast offers you sensational, fresh, delicious, mouth-watering goodies, like 6 different kinds of soup, like New York strip made to order in their sizzling Asian grill, along with their new Hunan fish. And then again, enjoy Maine lobster thermidor style, Jonah crab, oysters on a half shell, and be sure and sample their hand-carved prime rib and their brand new Thai specialties as well. Go in there and Taiwan on. Their buffet features a full salad bar, full Chinese food lineup, a brand new sushi bar, and fresh cocktail. And if you have any room after piling all of these things into your gullet, check out the dessert station because it's some damn good stuff again. Darn good. Belgian waffles, pies, cakes, pastries, ice cream with all your favorite toppings, and fresh fruit, the perfect ending to a real pig out. And don't forget, no MSG, no cornstarch. Everything is made with the best possible ingredients, including even all cholesterol-free oils, too. 3 Emerald Coast locations in Sunrise, Sunny Isles, Pembroke Pines. So take the whole family or book your next business luncheon right now and let the folks at Emerald Coast cook up a storm for you. Takeout and delivery is always available, too. I asked Richard at Emerald Coast, what do you think of the Philadelphia Flyers? He said, ich hab ihn dreert. Voted #1 by Zagat Restaurant Reviews and WSVN News as South Florida's best Asian buffet. You eat there once, you'll agree. You'll be going back to pig out again and again. Emerald Coast, for information or directions, call 954-572-3822. That's 954-572-3822.
This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Good morning, Sony Music.
Tommy Mottola, please.
Master's calling?
Is the king of pop.
Come again?
No, thank you.
And this is in regards to...
It's a personal matter.
Please hold.
Hello. Hello, it's Michael.
Who, the track kid?
No, that's Michael Johnson.
Oh, the basketball guy?
No, that's Michael Jordan.
Well, who is this?
I am going to protest you and your devil-like qualities with my fans.
Hey, newsflash, freak boy, you don't have any fans. Otherwise, they would have bought that horrible record you handed me.
Ow, come on. Can you feel that? How about that?
What are you talking about, Tinkerbell?
I have a Timmy Motorola voodoo doll, and I'm sticking pins in your marble bag area.
Hey, sicko!
Do you feel that? Don't lie.
Listen, head case, are we done here?
You have to let me out of my contract, please.
No.
But I really need to. I'll be there.
No. Oh, here we go with the singing.
I'll be there.
Yeah, you'll be there. You be where you gotta be, kid, okay? I got lunch with Chuck Mangione. I love that funny hat he wears. Hey, adios, Fruit Loops. My best of bubbles, you wackadoo.
Can you feel that? Come on.
Yeah, he didn't show up. He did. Oh, listen to this. Greg says that I'm going to have like a Roger Clemens deal. You have one now. That's true. You're right. In fact, I thought they would be talking about that. When Houston plays on the road, he doesn't bother going. Is it just here or is it like anywhere? No road trip. He doesn't want to go because he's old and feeble like me. Nice seeing you, Greg. Okay, and I'm thinking also like, you know what I'm thinking was great this week because I had that thing on that procedure on Tuesday, and then yesterday the doctoring. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then in the summertime, Tuesday and Thursday. Sounds good. Did that sound good to you?
Sure, why not?
No, this was a great week. See, he's laughing. That Neil.
Sure,
he's telling me about Roger Clemens. I'm sure a hell of a lot more entertaining than Roger Clemens. I might not strike out as many guys, but you know.
It's not what I heard.
Yeah. Well, none of your business. Anyway, so Greg Reed just came in, that could knock me over with a feather. He probably thought the food was here already. Now, he wouldn't want to stay in that $600 Brooks Brothers suit. he was wearing.
It's a nice jacket.
It was a very nice. The pants didn't match the jacket, though. You notice that?
Yeah,
I don't want to say anything because it would have hurt his feelings.
What do we
He had
know?
a really Schlimper-like haircut, which he always does.
But what do we know?
What do we know what? I know
About,
a lot.
you
I
know,
can't
high
tell you what I
class.
know, but I know a lot. No, seriously, the jacket did not match those pants. He had on a dark blazer, which was very nice, expensive blazer, and like very light gray, almost like those checkered pants that Mo wears, I thought. Maybe he borrowed them. Oh, no, it couldn't have been Mo's because there was no stain in the back. Anyway. Oh, that's bad is what that is.
Absolutely.
God, you are bad. Well, that was pretty nice. It's been a very pleasant week. Very shocking so far. Let's see. Jonathan Winters is crazy, says John in Columbia, South Carolina, who just loves this show so much. He's out of control. He's on that fax machine. He's probably squatting on it right now. And the machine, too. Let's see. Brief letter in today's New York Times deserved to be heard from John Scalise in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, who writes, "You are correct when you say the emphasis must now be on the future. It is clear that the 93 attack on the World Trade Center did not sufficiently prod the federal government to plan seriously for and finance coordinated responses to such attacks. Sadly, the Bush administration appears to be ignoring the lessons of 9/11 by diverting money to questionable anti-terror measures without financing effective programs to help local communities respond to terrorism when it happens." You see Mayor Bloomberg screaming and whining the other day about how they just aren't got any funding.
Right.
And places like Peoria, they're getting like billions, and he's getting like $15. Every report since 9/11, says John Scalise, shows that we're still unprepared for attacks in our most vulnerable cities, like Geneva, New York. In addition, President Bush has squandered the goodwill of the world and billions of dollars on a war in Iraq that has no bearing on terrorism except to foment it. While Mr. Bush has presented himself as a war president intent on ending terrorism, his real legacy will be a country woefully unprepared for future terror attacks, said John in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Good letter, John, and thanks for faxing that along. Gary Busey, somebody says. Spelled very badly.
Okay.
It says Gary Bussey.
He had that brain injury.
Well, he's strange, though. He's crazy. A lot of crazy people running around. Chris says, just tuned in. Last night, Alice Rantel was a guest on the Dennis Miller Show. Oh, what a good match made in purgatory that is. Al was sandwiched in between two other fascists, and she looked like a femme version of Howdy Doody. Oh, Alice Rantel.
Does he have arthritis, or is he just weird?
Who, Alice?
Yeah.
Both. I don't know. Does she have arthritis? I haven't seen her in a long time.
I've seen him once.
Self-hating queen.
He's just all weird looking.
Liz Taylor, somebody suggests, there is a great choice. Neurotic, nutcase, fag hag, just blah, 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 like that. Liz Taylor. Go away, Liz, okay? We're tired of hearing that you're dying. In fact, if you're going to die, please do it soon. Liz Taylor, we're tired of hearing about it. So anyway, here's Jim Sarney's column. I guess I can... What? No, well, that was some very important material. And I don't mean to like pee off. Didn't I go to bat for Geldie? I want to make it very clear again. In fact, the only reason that he still got his, and if Greg was still in here, which he ran out real fast, but if he was in here, he could vouch for me.
Sure.
When they broke up the first team, when Greg screwed up the radio station and sent the first team packing, drudge packing, they came right in here. Him and Muff, of course, that was before Clarence got promoted to being chief cook and bottle washer and crotch scratcher. What? No, seriously, that was disgusting when he was
on his
in here
resume.
this morning. You don't come in here. You're not my type, Clarence, okay? No, seriously, I thought he was coming on to me, really. He kept, like, arranging and, I don't know, maybe he just had a little problem there. Maybe it was his search party couldn't help him out today. I don't know. I have no idea what that was all about. But anyway, Geldie was on the block. I don't even know if he knows this. He was this close, a little curly hair away. You know, the kind you'd find on the soap if you used it anymore?
Right.
See, that's another great thing about using the body wash is there's no hair on it.
Right.
On a plastic bottle. Because if there was, it
you'd rinse it.
it would rinse white off. You wouldn't even see it. Or black off. I said black off. I didn't say off. Okay, I can't say that. Haven't taken enough calls here yet today, but that's because I'm working up to lunch. And you'll notice I should have shown it to Greg. There's a quarter of a mug here of Diet Pepsi. Once it gets to the end, George will be on. I'm leaving. I got important fish to fry.
I got CDs.
Do you? Who do you think is the all-time craziest celebrity? 191 votes. We started this very late. Michael Jackson, 121. Ozzy Osbourne, 25. Mike Tyson, 13. Courtney Love, she's got 11. Neurotic bitch. Dennis Rodman's got 9. Oh, when is Robert Grieper leaving? 2015, is that it? Greg just told me. Robert just announced he's got 11 years to go. Anne Heche, 4. Ted Nugent, 4. Chuck Heston's got 2. Hey, Chuck, here's another one. Sid Vicious 2, and none yet for Winona Ryder, Liz Taylor, Jonathan Winters, or Gary Busey. He was terrible in the Buddy Holly story.
Yeah, goofy.
Huh? Does he look
guy.
like Buddy Holly?
No.
I mean, Buddy Holly was goofy looking, but not like him.
He doesn't mean ham bones, though.
I mean, I'm goofy looking too, but not like Buddy Holly. See what I'm saying?
Right. If you change your glasses, lose some weight.
Okay, well, let's try my 3D guy. Oh, I should have had these on when Greg came in. That would have been good.
I already sent the picture
Hey,
to
Greg,
Eric.
I'm looking at life through rose-colored glasses. We got some 3D glasses here from the Vermont teddy bear thing up there. That's cute. 26 past 11 at 560 WQM. It's Examine and Spank Geldie Day on QAM.
Live and local.
Welcome.
Here's Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Absolutely.
Don't like all the heartburn. Every time I see that retarded dimwit on my TV. He's President Trump. Republicans muscled in, an inarticulate idiot. I don't know why they would want this guy, but now he's here. We're screwed the next 4 years with President Thumb. Oh, what I'd give to count votes once more and get who we all voted for. Lips drumming, stupid heat. Mindless, drunk, and rich kid. He's even dumber than me.
Absolutely.
He's President Dumb. You don't care what it took. You got him in by hook or crook. The Christian right knows what's best for you and I, but have no fear. We've got a great leader here with President Dumb. President Dumb.
He just gave the commencement address at LSU, and it was a sad thing to watch. I'll tell you that. It was really pathetic, especially the part where he went like that. For a minute, I thought he was going to do the Greg Reed routine, go like that. He didn't. Thank goodness, didn't do that. See, I hate to break the news to some of the Yidlach out there, some of my Jewish friends, and even those who aren't. But that whole thing with the Israel, what's good for Israel, that went out with knickers and with halava.
No, more important now than ever.
No, it's not. That's only for the born-again Farbizon and Goyim who want to drag us down the road to Armageddon so we can all have an offer we can't refuse. Look at that, 3 minutes late, but better late than never, because I'm almost down to the end of my diet soda. There's Jeff Cohen, who looks really out of shape. Look at that. Probably too much sex. Very, very, look at it. Got enough food there for the Chinese army. That's great. What is that? Ice cold Diet Pepsi, all right. Oh! Probably has caffeine in it, though, but that's okay. I'll take it. Whatever you got. I know you can't get caffeine free. I can.
Everywhere, just anywhere.
No, that's true. Toronto, I get it all over the place. Caffeine-free Diet Pepsi. What did you just say?
I was lucky that
Oh, I thought you said something else. Just be careful now, okay? We're not under the old rules. Back in the day, you could say a lot of stuff in here. Just don't come in here now and blurting out that and this. Just be very careful now.
Pepsi guy didn't even bring our Diet Pepsi.
Well, screw the Pepsi guy then, okay? Pepsi guy really let Jeff Cohen down at the Pizza Loft. And what's this Skippy telling me about? You only want to run spots when I'm in town? That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever heard from any sponsor in the 28 years I've been on here in this market. What a cop-out that is. We know you did bad there in Plantation. You don't have to make up stuff. Oh, they're just an excuse to save money. See, we know that. At least he's honest with me. In addition to which, you know what happens? I'll give you the free plugs anyway. You don't have to run those spots when I'm not here. I'll give you a plug every day. Just that way Skippy don't get any commission. Isn't that a good idea?
I love it.
Of course he doesn't earn it. He just inherits all these accounts. I asked him before. He was standing in the doorway. I said, name one account you sold on this show new that you didn't inherit since you've been here. And he backed out of the doorway. He is an idiot. Just be careful what you're saying on there. Did you hear what he said? I did.
No.
No, I know it didn't go on the air, but I heard what you said. Jesus, will you stop? He said Skippy's full of something. He didn't say spit either, I'll tell you that. And I'm not putting you on the air because you're too dangerous today. Just go get me some food and get out of here. That's Jeff Cohen from the Pizza Loft who's feeding the Rimmers every day. Now, what? No, they're not out of town. They're back in town. He arranged me all my exams yesterday, my good friend the Rhymer Man. He's good at doctoring, man. Not himself, but once in a while he finds a good doctor, like 1 out of every 15, something like that. That's not bad. You just hope that the other 14 don't kill you before you find a good one. Like my friend Dr. Hanft. She's the best. She's great. Love you, sweetheart. She's fabulous. Not just a great doctor, but a sweetheart. Nice person. And then, of course, there was the whole doctor yesterday. Now, I do want to say one thing, because I try to be fair, and you're going to be shocked that I'm going to say this, because I've been up and down with these people. But, you know, the Cleveland Clinic, the one out there in, is that Weston?
I guess.
On Weston Road there, off Arvida Parkway. I've had some experiences there that weren't the best, especially when they used to be on McNabb Road there. What was it? McNabb and something, whatever it was. And then a year ago, February, when my good friend Dr. Bush put me on the treadmill and damn near killed me, I ripped them an ass, you know. But they really treated me very, very nicely. And believe me, I didn't get any freebies. I paid plenty there yesterday, believe you me. I paid plenty. But you know what? It was worth it. What do I always tell you when I do that spot for Hollywood Diagnostics? It's peace of mind, man. When you can go in there and they check everything from your armpit to your throat to your rectum and everything in between, and you say, hey, you're in pretty good shape considering what fat slob you are. And you say, all right, and then you start making plans for like living your life, you know, as opposed to like rolling over and playing dead. Here's another suggestion for our poll. Let me give you a clue. Yeah. The craziest person out of them all, Scott Farrell. A little bit too crazy and a little bit too wild. Or no, I should say a lot too crazy and a lot too wild. In fact, Ponytail could probably... Now, did you ever meet Farrell? Was he ever involved with you at all? Or no? No, that's probably why you're still in business. And knowing the kind of pervert you are, if you'd have hooked up with him, that would have been... No, that would have been it. That would have been the end. I mean, it wasn't bad. No, it wasn't bad enough we got you hooked up with Al Goldstein. That was the beginning of your road to depravity. But getting you hooked up with Farrell, that would have been a pain. Oh, would have been bad. Well, what is this?
You just need to top off the sausage and onion.
No, I know how to do it. What kind of are you like my mother? I've already got one mother. She's almost 91, by the way. I think 90's old enough, Ma. Anyway, now she's all right. How's Mom? How's Fat Rich? You know, all that crap. Look at this, some beautiful Italian sausage. Che pane, olio oliva. Yeah. Where's Eli Wallach when we need him? He is just brutal. You know, I don't think, what have I taken? One call so far?
Have you taken one?
Yeah, I took the one guy that was ripping Geldie in ass, which I like.
Oh, that, yeah.
He was spanking Geldie. It's Spank Geldie Friday. In fact, we could make it a regular thing. Just rip him an ass every Friday. Till he crawls into a hole and goes away.
Don't take any more, because so far all the calls have been good today.
We had 1 for 1. Yeah, thank you very much, Pally. It was a good call. No, seriously, the only reason I went to bat for him was because it was at the time, it's just like when I saved your job, when Mo tried to get you fired, and your wife tricked you into that unwanted pregnancy.
Right.
I mean, not that I wouldn't have gone to bat for you anyway, but just that really sealed, the deal.
Yeah, it was a timing
I wasn't going to let you be out on the beach with like an unwanted kid on the way. What?
Right.
Plus, I like Sabrina. She's a sweetheart. She's brilliant. She's a great little girl, and not little anymore.
No, taller than me.
And, I could live with her without. But, I mean, Sabrina I like a lot. And your wife, well, that's another story. No, she's all right. I don't want to say too much, because is she listening?
Who knows?
Yeah, she's probably watching Ricky Lake.
Probably.
Just relax. You're a little bit too red in the face, okay? Jeff Cohen. No, see, I know what you were doing before you came here. I know exactly what you were doing. See, nervous laugh. And don't say anything because I'm not opening up your mic this time. I will not do it. This man, probably this morning, had the wildest sex in the history of the human race. He just looks like even the dolphins at camp don't sweat. Even the big linebackers, the 600-pound guys don't sweat like you're sweating right profusely. Red as a beet. I mean, I know it's South Florida, but it's not exactly 100 degrees in the shade out there, you know? It's from yesterday what? When in doubt, you're working it out. Oh, yeah, you were at the beach yesterday screwing over George. All right, we know exactly the game you played. Skippy told us. You didn't want to come in here with food for George and Josh because they're small potatoes. You don't care about them. You're making a TV spot? Well, it's a good thing. Get that one with me and Rimmer off there, please. No, I don't really care. So that's the deal. Jeff isn't going to be running too many more spots anymore. I'll just give him some free plugs on the air. And that way Skippy gets screwed out of the commission. I'm going to start getting even with these QM salespeople in my last couple of years here. You'll see. What? What are you laughing about? You saw what I did to Todd Dreck the other day. I stepped on his pathetic little ass when he tried to, We've got a bunch of losers, man, in that sales department. The only people we like are Adam and Troy. That's it. Am I leaving anybody out?
My boy's kind of grown on me.
pie boy has kind of grown on you.
Hiya, Pally!
I wonder what that 400-pound growth was on your elbow there.
It could be because he's going to be dead any minute.
Oh, so you feel sorry for him?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
Because he's going to be dead any minute.
But no. See, fat people who are nice people who are going to die from being fat, then you feel sorry for them, like your brother.
Right.
Good guy.
Very good.
From what you said.
No, a piece.
Okay, and your other friend that died with.
Right.
But he's a fat guy who's going to die, and I have no sympathy for him.
He means well.
No, he is not. Oh my God!
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Oh, 14 till noon. I got food in my mouth. I can't talk with food in my mouth. Bad style.
Bad radio.
Bad radio, baby. We don't want to do bad radio, because Rick Shaw says I do great radio, is what he said. Wasn't he right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he said. But that was before I got so old, about a month or two. Rick Shaw, he's a great guy. Don't be picking on Ricky Ticky. He ain't a day over 80. He's a good guy. That cap, though, got to stink like hell by now. Anyway, so Will says, what is this? See, I can't. Oh, no. Page 104, George.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want these things, Will. Okay, I do read the BBC website. I do read all the Guardian, the Independent, the Mirror, all of those things. I don't want this stuff, please. Okay? I want to do mostly a lighthearted show today, have a pretty good time. I don't want to try to save the world from George W. You'll have a chance on November the 2nd. I got a whole bunch of Jews I'm going to lock in a room, make sure they can't get out till the polls are closed. What is that all about, these Jews for Bush? Can you explain that to me?
Sure, like you said.
It's money.
Israel.
No, but Israel's the excuse. Don't you understand? Israel's the excuse.
If they really knew what his plans were.
If they were so crazy about Israel, they'd be over there right now in a kibbutz, laying tefillin, throwing rocks at the women at the Wailing Wall. They'd be doing something useful, okay? Like blowing away those little Palestinian kids. God. All these people so obsessed. I just can't deal with that anymore. The older I get, the more nauseous it makes me. The Cubans with their Cuba and the Jews with their Israel. Coxachois, that's my comment to you, okay? Cut the crap. What? No, I got a basket right here. Just eat your lunch, really. You definitely need to, calm down a little bit. You're a little bit hyper. 5670560. Let's see. Who do you think is the all-time... Now, somebody says, of course, because they can't leave him alone, W. That's not the category we're looking for, okay? We're not looking for politicians. He's crazy, crazy like a fox. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just a face man anyway. They don't want to understand that. He is the face man. Cheney is the one that's pulling all the shots. Cheney and Wolfowitz and Richard Pearl.
Rove.
Carl Rove and Maniac. Well, no, Rove is just the PR guy. He's just the strategist. But I'm talking about the people that are making all these decisions. And how come this Ahmed Chalabi, or however they're pronouncing it this week, how come they want to tell us not only is he turning over secrets to Iran, but he's also a business partner of Dick Cheney? They don't bother telling us that in the American media. Right. They don't want to tell us stuff like that because people might get pissed off. I'm thinking to myself, if Clinton would have invaded another country almost unilaterally that had represented no threat to us and lied about the excuses for us, talk about impeachment, they'd have probably hung him right in the middle of the Capitol building.
Crucify him.
Yeah. In fact, Mel Gibson could have made another movie about it. They'd have nailed his ass up on a cross right on the White House lawn. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. But this son of a bitch, for whatever reason, he can do whatever the hell he wants. Anybody that says supportive of Israel, how can I be against him? Well, what does that mean? What does that mean, Moishy? Huh? Jesus K. Christ.
Don't they know the rest of the plan for Israel from the president and his buddies?
They don't care.
Convert or die.
They don't want to think that far.
Convert
Okay, all they
or
know is
die.
more tax cuts. Tax cut for the rich. Tax cut for rich investors. Tax cuts for my aunt.
Oh, yeah.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. They're sending all these kids off to be slaughtered over there. It's like, that's all it is. It's a human sacrifice. Speaking of nailing on the cross, that's exactly what it is. And when now CBS, you see on Dan Rather, they put these pictures up of these kids and they give you the whole lowdown who got killed and whatever. And this, I don't say this disrespectfully. These people aren't heroes. They're victims.
Right. Right.
A hero is somebody that goes out and does something constructive to save somebody else, to help somebody else for
above and beyond.
For a good purpose. These people, well-intentioned, obviously, most of them except the abusers, but these people, all they are is victims. That's all. They're being sent off to be slaughtered like sheep, just like in Vietnam. That's all. They're not heroes. They're victims. They're tragic victims of a bunch of ruthless lunatics. Even Miguel knows that. Miguel ain't voting for Bush. See that? And I'm going to tell you, when Miguel Escobar, the drug man, when this son of a bitch is voting against Bush, what does that tell you, okay? In addition to which, what the hell has Bush done about if he would have invaded Cuba, then he would vote for and you know something? That would have been a hell of a better idea.
Sure.
If all that crap going on down there is so important and we're so concerned about Fidel, all this other garbage, and by the way, he will live to 140, they said. But what? Well, that'll at least keep him something to be concerned about the rest of his life. He got something to look forward to. Fidel! Anyway. We still only took one call, right?
Right.
Well, let's keep it that way for a while. No, we got to get a lot of these calls on. There might be important names on here that we're overlooking for crazy celebrities. Like Whitney Houston.
Sure.
Got her?
All right.
She's on the Inquirer list. See, I held some back. Purposely. I'll give you another one while you're sitting there tapping away. Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
Married his, 3-year-old cousin, whatever she was. Yeah, Jeff Cohen, his eyes lit up when he heard about that. Sounded like a good idea. Yeah, he could really bang on it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. What do you think about Geldie doing the Panther games, Jeff? No chance. No chance. Spank him. I hear Randy Moller's going to sandbag it anyway, so don't worry about it. Geldie, you're out, man. You pissed too many people off. You talk too much. You got a big mouth. See, in this business, Geldie, don't have a big mouth. Maybe on the air have a big mouth, but off the air, keep it close to the vest. Calling up people out of the phone book. What do you think? Should I do 41 games, 82 games? I'm going to be Graham. I'm going to be next Joe Bowen. I'm going to be Bill and Foster Hewitt all rolled up into one. Nobody wants to hear some squeaky-voiced putz broadcasting a sporting event, okay? It's a goal. It's a goal. I don't want to hear that. Man, that's the one thing that Rimmer can, be safe forever. They put Geldie on the air. Have I seen who announce? Let me tell you a story, okay? Let me tell you a story. When they were in the Miami Arena, the first 5 or 6 seasons, whatever it was, back when it used to be a lot of fun, by the way, the Panthers thing, and when we had really a fan base till they pissed everybody off. He and my season seats, the last 2 years we were in the arena, or maybe 3 years, were right next to, the first row below where he and Denise used to sit up there, old Froggy. And during the game, every time I would look back, he was doing 2 shows. He was doing a broadcast on the air and doing a show for me. And in between periods, it was always, he'd be standing in there in the back and call me up there. I'd have to get through the crowd, schlep up there, not to say anything, but just because to piss off Denise Potvin. Because Denise hates me like poison. That looked like Todd Dreck's dancing here the other day, didn't it? I didn't know that Todd Dreck and Jeff Rimmer went to the same school of dance in their pants. I didn't know that till this moment. I thought it was the Taglias all along. Oh, hey, if Rimmer's listening, which I'm sure he is, Jeff just insulted you bad, man. Something about an ass. What? He's dancing doing the game? Really? Well, you have a good time watching. You ought to see him when he reaches over to pick up the check. Not. Then I'll maybe that's why he does that during the game. Because he's not nearly as animated at dinner. Because he might accidentally reach over and his hand might make a brush with the check. Bad move. WQAM, hello. Ooh, see that? We're not supposed to be taking these calls. That just woke me up. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was calling two things. Anna Nicole Smith for the poll.
Okay.
And what was the deal with Moller calling Joe Rose? Because I listened this morning and Joe was ripping Goldie. What did Mueller have to say?
Joe cut him off. Joe pretended that he was out of time and just said, "Oh, yeah, I'll talk to you later, Randy." It was great.
He did? Oh, that's hilarious. All right, have a good weekend.
You too, Pally. Thanks. Yeah, it was great the way Joe Rose handled Randy Moller. Joe is, there's a lot more there than you think, because, on the face of it, Joe sounds a little bit like a dullard, if you know what I mean. I hate to say that. That's not what I really meant. I mean, not a dullard like
Howard from Boca.
Not like that. But underneath that dumb jock exterior, there's a pretty sharp mind, and you better beware, because once he sharpens up that shiv, man, you better not be on the receiving end. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I don't want to mention any names, but man, oh man, he unloaded on him to me this morning out there in the hallway. After Geldie, of course, was like waddling in here so he could cry on my shoulder. Well, I don't know. What do you think? I think I got a shot. What do you think? I think the answer, Goldie, I don't want to pee on your parade, but I think the answer is no. No, you're not going to get it. Because the director of broadcasting is Randy Moller, right? He must have a lot to say about it.
You'd think.
Wouldn't you think if he's the director of Panthers broadcasting and all these other titles they gave him because he's a silly person with a clown nose? I mean, it fits right in with the ambience of the organization. The organization's been in business how many years now?
About 30, man.
3 years they made the playoffs. How the Panthers doing in the playoffs? They making the finals or what?
No.
Oh, by the way, Skippy, you better not eat any of this food, you little piece of crap. I sure hope that Skippy heard what I said before about how Jeff is going to stop running spots altogether. So I'll just give him free plugs so that we can take away all your commission that you're stealing. And Jeff thinks it's a great idea because basically he said Skippy sucks.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. UAM.
Hi, all my favorite Republicans. This is Matt Drudge, and it's time for the... Excuse me, I'm floating. It's time once again for the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour.
8 sounds that you hate, but I'm an idiot, and I think they're really great. I doubt that you can handle 1 or 2, much less all 8. 8 sounds that you hate. The men from the boys, they will surely separate. I'll tell you what they are. Guaranteed you'll go, yeah. I like fingernails on a blackboard, where people crack their neck or their knuckles. When I rub styrofoam together, that just makes me chuckle. 8 sounds you can't stand, which you tolerate if you were half the man I am. Add to the list of 8, a fork and a knife, scraping on a plate, scraping on a plate, scraping on a plate. Here's one I really love. You might want to try it. Give me feedback in my headphones. Oh yeah, that's more like it. A little more over there, a little more. Hey, sounds so unique. Now let's review so you can really, really freak. Fingernails on a blackboard, when people crack their neck or their knuckles, rubbing styrofoam together, cause it makes me chuckle. I like brand new sneakers on a gym floor, raising an aluminum window, when it gets into drilling my molars, that makes me say bingo. My voice singing on this record. Utensils on fine china. If these sounds give you the shivers, that makes you a whiner. Hey, do you go nuts if someone bites their fork like this? 'Cause I love it. Here, I'll do it again. Do you have a nervous system left? How about the squeegee wiping a window while I crack my neck? Suffer, you wimps! Suffer, wimps! Oh, wait! I got one more.
Oh, and here's number 9, the sound that you hate, or is that one that you love? 12:03 at 560. Jeff Cohen needs a pizza man at the Pizza Loft in Davie. A good pizza man, somebody really knows how to make a good pie, who can spin it and twirl it, and the pie too. He said he'll pay you the most anywhere, and if you're good. I've used that line before. Okay, Pizza Loft at Davie, University Drive between 595 and Griffin Road, right beyond Pier 1 Imports. Tons of free parking, and it's the weekend now, so go in there and see, I just give you a free spot. And Skippy won't get a dime commission off it because we hate him like poison, man. No, and the only thing Skippy's got going for him in this place is Todd Dreck. Because if we didn't have Todd Dreck, then Skippy'd be right down there at the bottom of the barnacles, you know, scraping it. But the fact that we got Todd Dreck got a long way to go. Who did I say the other day was like even worse than Todd Dreck?
Gary Sarner.
Oh, well, Gary Sarner. Out of sight, out of mind. He doesn't come in your place, does he? No, that's right. You sell trafe. We got so many of these Jews for Bush who are busy eating their cheeseburgers for lunch right now. You're going to burn in hell, don't you realize it? That's right. Eating trafe for lunch, and meantime you're worried about Israel. God, what a bunch of lunatics. So, we'll get you a pizza man. I'll mention that every day. Do you really? Why is that? The pizza was outstanding today, I should point out. Wasn't it? It's always good, but I mean, this was some of the very best. Now, who made this?
One of the pizza guys that's there now, but everyone's working too many hours.
Oh, I see. They're getting burned. Looks like you did, too, yesterday. Okay, get out of here, Jeff. Thank you. It was really great. Jeff Cohen, Pizza Loft, sucking up for some more free plugs. Good lunch, though. Excellent lunch. And lots of sodas, too, which you notice even Jeff said, radio station like this. Greg Reed came in and saw me today for the first time in many months. Did he bring me any soda?
No.
Did Muff bring us any soda?
No.
Clarence, who's busy scratching himself in the other room?
No.
Nothing. Yeah, I don't know what didn't you see that performance?
No, I missed it.
And I kept trying to look like
Thank
the other way,
goodness.
because the last person I want to see adjusting his privates or whatever he was doing is him. God. Man, oh man. Or maybe he was just searching. I don't know. Who do you think is the craziest celebrity of all time? That's our poll question today. How many calls have we taken? A pair?
Maybe.
2, I think. And they were both really good. Right? The last guy was good.
Record.
The first one was excellent about Geldie ripping him an ass.
Because you're taking one an
Giving
hour.
Geldie the spanking of his life. Michael Jackson, 186. Nobody's going to touch the gloved one. Ozzy Osbourne, 28. See, that's quite a disparity there, you know? Mike Tyson, 26. Courtney Love, 22. Denise Rodman, 12. What about Denise Potvin? She's a loser. Gary Busey, 9. Ann Hayes, 7. Chuck Heston, 6. I'm spitting the sausage out all over the place here. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Boy. What did I just read? Scott Farrell, 6. Ted Nugent, 5. Sid Vicious, 2. Is he still dead, by the way?
Yeah.
Liz Taylor, 1. And no votes out of 313 for Winona Ryder. No votes even for Dave Ryder. Wonder what kind of scam he's pulling these days. Whitney Houston's got none. Jerry Lee Lewis don't have any, who married his 2-year-old cousin. And Nana Nicole Smith don't have any yet either. See, I wouldn't call her crazy.
And like Ozzy, it's pills and booze in the case of those two.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, but he qualified. Oh, no, did you see that? Oh, my God, Jeff.
No, that's talent.
I wish we had a picture of that. What do you mean that's talent? That's called a cheap fork. Of course, Jeff says he likes a cheap fork, but that's beside the point. That's what he said. Oh, give me another fork, somebody, please, before it's too late.
Oh, we got a bag of
It's
them
a
in here.
Plastic fork just snapped in half. Now, maybe that was the Lord.
Oh, God.
Thank you. Telling me, that's enough, Fatso. You're going to kill yourself on that sausage. Che pane.
The
Olio
piece just
olivo.
missed your head.
This is very good today. I know.
My fish was great. I scarfed it.
Oh, you had fish. That's
already.
right. I forgot about that.
I ate it all gone.
The pizza is maybe some of the best he's ever produced. They need a new pizza man at the Pizza Loft, by the way, folks. Get with it. WQAM, hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever cooked with mojo?
WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
you gotta have Big Sanchez in there.
The craziest person of them all?
Yes, sir. This is shocking news. What do you say, Neil?
No. What does that mean?
Wow.
I mean, how could they? It never even crossed my mind that this was a poll question they wouldn't understand.
It didn't?
They don't get it. Crazy. Crazy. Most of you should understand that. Crazy. Especially the callers that we got on this show. They should know from crazy, okay? Believe me, it sounds like experts. Crazy. And we still got to explain it to them. See, all they want to do is put the same. Why don't we just do a poll every day?
There you go.
Who do you hate the most? George W. Bush, Rick Sanchez, Mo Howard David. They're the same bunch. Anna Nicole Smith. This is a different poll. If it's good enough to be the Inquirer, it's good enough for us to kill 4 hours. You bet it. Better believe it. This is just a fine lunch. Too much.
No, mine was just right.
Was it? Not too hot, not too cold?
No. Not too
WQAM, hello. I keep spitting the sausage out. QAM.
What else is new?
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
A little laugh George has got. I can't stand it any longer. Come to stop. I hate it.
Yeah. No, that's it. I was just thinking, just maybe. See, when you're dealing with people, I've got a whole new attitude now about some of these people. I'm going to put them on the spot, and once they get through with their initial pre-prepared, pre-programmed, pre-scripted shtick, which usually lasts about 3 seconds, I'm going to put them on the spot to see if they can elaborate on, which I know they can't, like him. Just another one of your people that ought to get on a banana boat. In fact, you know something? A lot of those tire places, what they do is they throw the old tires out in the back in a dumpster. Go to like one of those Goodyear places and get one of those old rubber tires.
Right.
Make you a nice rubber raft and hop aboard, okay, and go back to Cuba and have a good time, okay? Get lost.
Put it around your neck.
Get out of our
set
face.
Fire to it.
Get out of our face. We don't want no more from you, okay? And speak it English. Quit talking with a phony accent. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got somebody for your poll, Liza Minnelli.
Liza's crazier than a bedbug. She's like Liz Taylor Jr. Thank you very much. Thank you. Of course, Judy Garland we ought to put on there, too, right, mother and daughter? Sure, why the hell not? We said of all time. Let me tell you about when I saw Judy Garland at the RKO Palace in New York.
It wasn't her fault either, though.
And Senor Wences was there. He was good. It was of course, I was a little kid. I was like 13 years old or something like that.
I like Senor Wences.
And then, of course, there was Jackie Mason at the hotel on, what was that hotel again, right by the Atlantic Towers? It'll come to me. Not the Eden Rock. Eden Rock was not even close to being built. 1956, Jackie Mason. He was still doing that same thing. He said, well, whatever is good for Israel is good enough for us. I guarantee you Jackie Mason ain't supporting George Bush.
Want to bet?
You can. I will guarantee you. I'll bet Greg's life on it. How do you like that?
Right,
that's how sure I am. Call up Jackie right now and see if he's supporting John Kerry, who's a little bit on a scary-looking side like Herman Munster, but nevertheless, the best thing Kerry's got going for him is he ain't George Bush. That's the best thing he's got going.
That's all he's doing.
And I'll make a prediction right now. You know who he's going to pick as his running mate?
John McCain.
No. He would like to, but McCain ain't going to take it. Although the Republicans have been kind of pushing him in that direction. That would be great, but he ain't going to do it.
I know who you should pick. I don't know who you will pick.
Wesley Clark.
Okay, yeah.
Guaranteed.
Good plan.
You could bet Mo's life on it, you know what I'm saying? And I'll throw Geldie in there, too. You could bet Mo and Geldie's lives on it. And, of course, Geldie's ain't worth much these days now that he's backed himself in that corner. He's got everybody against him now. He's turned Joe Rose against him. Mo is onto him now. Even
Howard from Boca
knows what's up with the Geldie, wants off that show real bad. So he's turned them again. He's turned us against him. He turned Randy Red Deer Moller. Yes, you do.
Why would I care?
Such a wuss. You care. You don't want him doing the games, even though you don't listen.
Give a crap.
You know he's not qualified to be broadcasting the Florida Panther games.
I know no such thing.
Even with a marginal team that they got and the total lack of interest.
I'll listen just as much.
Well, yeah, me too. Absolutely. Good point. Now, let's see. What about these promos? I don't want to, underread these because Miguel will start hyperventilating in there in his pants. Look for the QM van tonight, 6 to 8, for a cigar tasting event at Stogie Cigars, located at 11612 North Kendall Drive. They'll probably show you some real interesting techniques you can do with their stogies. Stop by to win and spin the wheel for QM Marlin tickets and other prizes. I think Tommy got his haircut the same place Greg did, now that I mention it. Stop by to spin the wheel for Marlin tickets and other prizes. That's at Stogie, 6 to 8 tonight, Kendall at 117th Drive, Ave, whatever it is. I know where the hell that is. Kendall 117th. I used to live almost right there.
Sure. You got the hell out.
I got the hell out while it was getting good, man. Who the hell wants to live in Kendall? You have to be crazy, you people in Kendall. I sympathize with you. Fat Rich would get out, but he can't afford to. Tomorrow afternoon, look for the QM van from 11 to 1 at Santa Rosa Marble, located at 3400 Northwest 77th Court in Miami. Also, Little George will be out. Oh, I see. In other words, there's 4 promos in here. It makes it look like there's 3. Very devious and dangerous, that Miguel. Also, George will be out noon to 2 at Bill Seidel's Boulevard of Savings on Northwest 36th Street in Miami, where they still haven't figured out who he is or why he's showing up there, but they like the free food. Stop by to win prizes. Enjoy free food from Atlantic City Subs. Maybe the guy with a fanny pack will come by and see you. The fanny pack guy. And maybe the guy with the eyes will stop by and see you.
No, it's Dave. Maybe
with his David
Gilbert
Cassidy albums. And then on Sunday, George will be noon to 2 at Dayline Chevrolet, located at 8455 South Dixie Highway in South Miami. Stop by to spin that wheel for those same crappy prizes and enjoy free food from Atlantic City Subs. That's why people show up, not so much to see George, but they want the free food, which is great. Those fat-filled sandwiches, good stuff. Do we still have that letter on the thing back there? That was great. I'm sure P.D. Lenny didn't have enough smarts to write it. 12:13 at 560 WQAM. Voom is not just pedestrian, ordinary, regular TV like any schlep can see, but it's high-definition TV delivered by a satellite dish and HD receiver. The picture is so superior to regular TV, you won't believe it. The quality is like looking at it like a three-dimensional kind of a thing or like at a scratchy old kinescope. Voom is the only entertainment system designed for high-definition TV. Voom has got the most HD TV anywhere and provides all the equipment necessary to enjoy the ultimate HD TV experience, including satellite dish, HD receiver, and the remote as well. And Voom's got over 30 channels of HD programming. You can watch ESPN, for example, in high definition and lots more, too. That's 3 times more channels than you get from cable. And they've got all your other favorite channels like HBO, MTV, even your local channels, too. Maybe even Leaf TV, but I doubt it. Voom has got over 120 channels of great entertainment. They've even got exclusive channels of HD movies, music, and sports that you can't get from your cable or satellite company at any price. So with Voom, you get everything you have now, plus all these awesome high-definition channels to enjoy, too. Call Voom today for a limited-time offer. Call 1-866-848-8666 or online visit Voom.com. And here's the deal. Free installation, no upfront cost, and no long-term commitment. What is not to like? Call 1-866-848-8666 or online it's Voom.com to start Vooming right away. But you better do it real soon. You only have 10 days left. Offer ends May 31.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
This is Mohammed David for the Hebrew Home of the Aged in Riverdale. Now, you'll find me extol the attribute of Florida being a paradise. Well, it is, but not for everybody. That's why when my parents retired to Florida, I sent them back to the Bronx to live at the Hebrew Home of the Aged back in 61. Not only was it cheaper, but they got the pool. I remember my mama saying, who needs Florida? We got the pool right here to swim 3 months out of the year. Why, sure. They got lots of activities there, like Friday night mahjong and paladin races. Not to mention the food. Oh, the food. Let me tell you, nowhere but the Hebrew Home for the Aged in Riverdale will you find softer jello. Not the kind that turns to rubber. Why, it's almost like it was prepared by Don Wilson himself. And they got them mobile toilets on wheels, too. The Hebrew Home for the Aged in Riverdale. A nice place to send your folks. And forget about it.
Absolutely.
12:19 at 560 WQAM. It's Spank Geldie's Ass Friday. Andy Kaufman takes the cake for the craziest personality of all time, somebody says. Andy Kaufman.
No question.
Let's see. Here's a cute... they keep trying to send me this fax, and only a little part of it shows up. So don't do it anymore, okay? Bill and Pat, I appreciate it. Halliburton making bigger profits, and it's got a bunch of, pigs standing. That's cute. David says, I turned your program back on after a 3-month... Oh, I'm not... I'm absolutely not going to read this. You know which David it is?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
We were just talking about
died.
crazy?
Yeah, crazy person. In fact, this is Jeff High's a former neighbor. Totally crazy person. No, he just wants attention, that's all. And I'm sorry that I didn't mention it because I didn't see where it was going to be from.
I think he has a wife, you know.
Yeah, and?
There's where you go for attention if you really need
He may have a wife, but I know who he's doing.
Hiya, Pally!
Yeah. Now just stop and ponder that for a little bit. Yeah, think about that. I'm sorry, right after lunch, right on the heels of lunch. Sorry. Sorry, mister. Did we put Robin Williams on there or not?
No. He's crazy?
That's what I've had several faxes saying Robin Williams. Crazy. Well, I don't think he's crazy. I think he's just ponderous.
That's
he's got that act, and that's him. He's always on, like I've told you before. Always on. 5670560, pound 560 on the A.
Hiya, Pally!
TNT and Verizon line. WQAM, hello. Not there. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
see how much better it was when I wasn't taking any calls? It was great. What is it?
Hey, did you see Frontline last night on Channel 2?
No, I did not.
It was, you might have seen it before. I don't know if it was a rerun. It was the Jesus
I was watching
Factor.
the Philly-Tampa hockey game myself.
It was the Jesus Factor about George Bush and the Christians.
I saw it the first
time.
Yeah, I saw it the first time they showed it.
Yeah, it's a repeat. Hey, how's that sausage, man?
What do you say?
How's that sausage, man?
None of your business. See what I'm saying? I was doing just great till I started taking some of these stupid calls that you insisted that I take.
Take some more.
You know what this is? This is like their, let's get it to him before he gets out of here again. Don't faze me, man. Wait till you see the size of that paycheck that's coming in, what day is it? Tuesday. And it will be there, Clarence. No matter how much you squeeze your package, that paycheck better be in the mail. That's the only package I'm interested in right now, is the one that's got my check in it.
He says he wasn't scratching or squeezing.
What was he doing?
Checking for a hernia.
Yeah, but in his...
Rectum.
WQAM, hello.
Good day.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Long time listener.
Great.
I got one for your poll. Courtney Love.
Courtney Love has got a whole bunch of votes. 24, thank you. It's already on there. Go get a computer, okay? Go steal a computer. Go have somebody explain to you how you use it. And a computer, too. 2 lawsuits accuse priest of abuse. I don't want any more of these priest stories today. This is what, if you let the audience dictate what you're going to do, you're done. You're dead. You're dead meat. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I wonder if they ever got paid on that Air America yet.
I'll call her.
Yeah, find out.
I'll
call her
somebody.
What? WQAM, hello.
Old friend.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to cast a vote for Rick Sanchez.
WQAM, hello.
Mumbo Jumbo.
WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Okay.
You have Jonathan Winters. Is he on there?
Jonathan Winters is a crazy person. He's on there, but I don't think he's crazy. But whatever you say. You think he's crazy?
I don't.
No, I don't either. But he's on there because we have somebody else. Yeah, come up with something different, okay? We've only got a few names on there.
Bozo the Clown?
Yeah, how about Howdy Doody? He was crazy. How about Mr. Bluster? I think we pushed him over the edge today. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think it was that Geldie sound. That pushed him over the edge. Yeah. Even your fat boy's neighbor, right over the edge. We'd like to put you over the edge, too, by the way. No, but there's a really good cliff.
He has kids.
Yeah. So
he
what about this is Andy? You think that guy don't have kids? Steve, whatever his name was? Probably does.
Yeah.
So is it like some great biological, well, you should know.
Right.
Probably mostly by accident.
Yeah.
So?
But I just feel sorry for the kids.
P.D. Lenny has kids, too.
Sure, I feel sorry for them.
Right. Todd Dreck has kids. Yeah, should I continue? Just because somebody has kids, does that mean that they're more respectable, responsible, rational, sane, acceptable?
You should be
human?
For the sake of your children, if nothing else.
What does that mean?
You're embarrassing your children.
How about those, what I told you, Dateline, that story where they starved the kid to death? They had children, and not just the one that they starved. They had other children. Did that make them sane, responsible, parents, qualified? No. You know, somebody was telling me the other day, and I agree that there ought to be a test. Before you get a license to drive a car, you take a test.
Right.
Okay? Now, in order to buy a weapon of any kind, you should have to take a test. And in order to have children, you should have to take a test. Because those are both, unlike, with a car, you can't kill somebody. But they're like life and death things.
Correct.
Do we make anybody take a test? No, anybody can go out there and procreate. Just like that little girl that disappeared that they let the father dropped off somewhere, now they say, oh no, she was kidnapped. I don't believe for a minute she was kidnapped.
No.
No, they just want to get rid of her. Now there's something for you to think about.
I'm taking offers.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Get you my Nightline. Yes, sir.
Either Joe McCarthy, I don't know if that would be crazy, but he was paranoid.
Was he a celebrity?
Well, he was back then.
No.
Or John DuPont. The guy that shot the wrestler.
Yeah, right. Okay, whatever you say. Have a great day. His name wasn't John DuPont, was it?
Who?
The Queen, the one that shot the wrestler, that crazy. He was crazy, but nobody knows who that is.
No, I don't.
5670560, pound 560. Boy, I tell you, I think we've really put them to the test today, man. They're too busy, conjuring up reasons to vote for Bush.
What an appropriate poll.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, how about Nick Nolte?
How about him? Is he crazy?
He's a crazy SOB.
I mean, drunk.
He's a drunk crazy.
Okay, whatever you say. We're not putting him on there, though. Do you think he's crazy?
No, just a drunk.
I mean, we could put Glenn Campbell on there, too. He's a drunk. Not every drunk is crazy. What they are is drunk. So thank God for those 12 steps. As a matter of fact, if these chronics want to follow us, we'll give them 12 steps right to the edge of that cliff I was talking about.
Or a dock. The weather's right for it.
Right. And it would be great. Boy. 26 past noon at 560 WQM. Are you still reluctant to buy a bed over the phone? I can't imagine why anybody in their right mind would be, because for over 25 years, millions of satisfied people, including me, have dialed 1-800-MATTRES for the lowest prices on the best brands in the universe in bedding. It's the easiest possible way to buy you a great name brand mattress. And there's absolutely no risk, because if it's not perfect in every way, just call them back for a full comfort exchange. It's completely free within 30 days.
About 30, man.
No extra fees, no strings attached. Dollar Mattress is ranked number 1 in customer satisfaction, and they were winners of the 2004 Better Business Bureau Local Torch of Excellence Award. Like I said, what I just say, figure it out. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you'll get the best prices on the best brands with delivery on your schedule and the best customer service in the business. Why would you waste any of your time schlepping from showroom to showroom, wasting a lot of gas and money too? Dollar Mattress has the complete line of Sealy, Serta, King Coil, Simmons, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Bananas, Foster Hewitt. From Kendall to Stewart, Palm Beach to Fort Myers, Dollar Mattress can deliver the finest bedding around anywheres and save you a ton of cash, too. But do what I always do, along with everybody else here at QM that's got a brain and some that don't. Call 1-800-MATTRESS. That's 1-800-MATTRES, or online. Just log on to mattress.com.
We're Sports Radio 560, QAM.
Friday, you bastard.
Coming soon. It's the movie we've all been waiting for. Brad Pitt as a gladiator. It's Troy, the classic story of, it's based on the epic poem by, who cares? It's Brad Pitt in a gladiator outfit.
I am Achilles, and now we must engage in hot, sweaty, man-on-man combat action. Charge!
Listen to what the critics are saying about Troy. Rex Reed calls it the Feel Myself hit of the summer. Rex Reed says, pass me the Trojans, honey. And in the words of Rex Reed, if you see only one homoerotic gladiator movie this year, see Troy.
Men, attack from the rear!
If muscular men in leather skirts are your Achilles heel, then prance to a theater near you to see Brad Pitt, as you've always wanted to see him in Troy.
12:31 at 560 WQM. Don't be stepping on our material now, okay? You know, I think the thing that set Dave Friedman off real bad, Chronic Dave, was the fact that I picked on his good buddy Fat Boy. But now that he's not listening anymore after all of this time and all these years, and we've lost that listener, now we can rip him an ass. Fat Boy and his chronic neighbor Dave, who needs mental help, no question about it.
No none.
No none what?
No none question.
No none? Where's that school? 5670560, pound 560 on you. Even though I've been faxing you every day for the last 100 years, I haven't been listening for months, and I'm seriously. Yeah. But it's appropriate. I mean, we did a poll about crazy people, so why shouldn't we have them calling in?
Right.
Anyway, let me just give them a little hiatus, a little breather to catch their breath. New York Times says a series of Justice Department memorandums written in late 2001 and the first few months of 2002 were crucial in building a legal framework for United States officials to avoid complying with international laws and treaties on handling prisoners, lawyers, and former officials, say. Oh, there must be a word missing from this. Somebody faxed this to me. I didn't print this out. Lawyers and officials say. The confidential memorandums, several of which were written or co-written by John C. Yu. Not me. Yu. A University of California law professor was serving in the department, provided arguments to keep U.S. officials from being charged with war crimes for the way prisoners were detained and interrogated. They were endorsed by top lawyers in the White House, the Pentagon, and the Vice President's office, but drew dissent from the State Department. See, there's the battle that's been going on right along. You got Roland Colin on the one side, who's sitting next to where those palm trees are, and then you got Rummy and his Wolfowitz and that crowd of lunatics on the other side. The memorandums provide legal arguments to support administration officials' assertions that the Geneva Conventions did not apply to detainees from the Afghanistan war. They also suggested how officials could inoculate themselves from liability by claiming that abused prisoners were in some other nation's custody. A lawyer and former government official who saw the memorandum said it anticipated the possibility that U.S. officials could be charged with war crimes defined as grave breaches of the Geneva Conventions. The document said a way to avoid that is to declare that the conventions don't apply. That's all.
Designating them. Oh, sorry. I have a light problem.
Oh.
By redesignating them as something else?
Right.
Yeah.
That's all. Just make up some other kind of a, right.
Label.
Anything else. And then that 15.6% of your audience yesterday, oh, they should get a medal for what they did to those damn slimeball Iraqi prisoners.
Surprises you?
No. Well, it did, yeah, but now that I think about it, no. There's no hope for this country. No. It really isn't. Dumb, dumber, and dumbest. That's what it basically boils down to now. And you've got millions of people who otherwise may be educated and seem articulate, whatever, who are just knee-jerk, whatever they are, professional Jews, professional Cubans, professional liberals, professional right-wingers, professional born-again lunatics, whatever it is, that's all. Mm-hmm. That's their whole life. You can't deal with those people. So that's why this whole notion of Air America and forget about that. It would be just like us on this show if I really ever dreamed for a minute that we're going to make some kind of a change out there, that we're going to change America, change South Florida, especially this place. Oh, God. Give me a break. Who do you think is the craziest celebrity of all time? Not politician, not janitor, not mortician, not proctologist.
Well, what if they're a celebrity politician?
That might be
like Arnold.
Michael Jackson, 222. Mike Tyson, 38. Ozzy Osbourne, 32. Courtney's Gloves has got 26. Denise Rodman, 16. Gary Busey, 14. Anne Heche, 9. Chuck Heston's got 8 by a lion. Scott Farrell, 7. Jonathan Winters, 5. Ted Nugent, 5. Robin Williams, 4. Sid Vicious, 3. Liza Minnelli's got a pair. And it's small potatoes after that. Teeny tiny totters. 5, 6, 7. Oh, can I say that? No. Just did. Teeny tiny totters. Taters. WQM, hello.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
Got a name for the poll.
Go right ahead.
O.J. Simpson.
Craziest, yeah, he's, you're right. Good choice.
Uh-huh. Thank you, sir.
He'll move up fast.
Maniac.
Maniac, crazy, same thing. All of these things. They like him around here, though, at WQAM. They would like to sniff his ass, man, right in this building. Can you imagine if he came in for an autograph signing on Monday?
Oh, man.
Wow. Yeah. In fact, I finally figured out the way that we're going to goose up those numbers between 5 and 8 in the morning. Once a week, it's going to be O.J. slaps Geldie and Mo Round Day.
Which day of the week?
What do you think? Huh? He slaps Geldie and
Howard from Boca.
The both of them.
We could have Mo J
Monday
Wednesday.
through Friday would be good. Yeah, the more he slaps him, the more people listen. I'd listen. I would tune in to hear that.
Sure.
I'd get up early and open up the pot. And then? WQAM, hello.
Hi!
WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Hey, how about, you got Gary Busey on the list?
Do we have what?
Gary Busey.
Yeah, Gary Busey's on there, sir. Take a look at that thing, okay? Gary Busey's on there. He's got 14 votes, okay? Just in case you missed out. Didn't I just get through reading these names?
Yeah.
Only moments ago? Only seconds ago?
Yes.
Oh, I thought maybe I was dreaming. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Got a name for your poll?
Yes.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Is crazy? No, he's not crazy. He's strange. They don't understand
On purpose,
it.
no.
They don't understand it. It's an act. It's an act. It's an act. It's an act. It's a shtick, okay? Shtick.
As a matter of fact, he's probably one of the more boring
Yes.
people.
One of the most boring people who thinks that he's funny. His act was very cute for about 2 minutes. And that was it.
Boca Brian.
That was it. No, he ain't even in the same league with Boca Brian. Boca Brian, now there's a funny guy, even funny looking.
And crazy.
Without even put on, although when he puts on that wig, man, he really looks amusing.
I think it's a big improvement.
In fact, any guy like that, old guy, with
a blonde wig,
with a silly wig.
Absolutely.
Looks so ridiculous.
Absolutely.
WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
got one for your poll. Margot Kidder from Superman,
Okay.
Certainly.
running around all naked and battling.
That's a fine choice.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Sig
you.
Heil and go Lightning.
All right. Go Lightning. There's a hockey guy right there. Oh! Very exciting game last night, but hockey is off the table here on this radio station, except, of course, for the Geldie business. Which Geldie wants Jiggs McDonald's job now that Jiggs is retired, Mr. Hall of Famer. And Geldie wants that job. He's moving in like a vulture. He's been doing that for a couple of years. I want it. I want that job. I want to do the Panther games. It's a goal. It's a goal. Oh, my. It's a goal. It's a penalty. Penalty. Yeah. Can you imagine that? I mean, shrill wouldn't be the word for it. But at least maybe it would be a diversion from the mediocrity of the team and the fact that they never make the playoffs. and that the organization lies through their teeth when they tell us they're going to spend all of that money that they saved, trading away Pavel Bure and this one and that one, and they're going to spend all that money signing free agents, of which, depending on how things play out, there's going to be 80 million free agents available. Are they going to get them?
No.
They're going to spend the money?
No.
They don't have it. They've been drowning in a sea of red ink, that organization. But anyway, 21 before 1 at 560 WQM. Hey, I want to tell you where you can go and have a good time. Pompano Park. That's right, and tomorrow, this Saturday, May 22, Pompano Park Racing and Poker will feature the Classic Rock All-Stars in concert starting at 7:30 p.m. Featured will be the lead singers from Rare Earth, Sugarloaf, Iron Butterfly, and Cannibal and the Headhunters.
Oh, all right then.
Why are you looking like that? These are all people that they turned down at Gulfstream. Even I remember many of their big hits like Get Ready, Inagata Davida, Backdoor Man. Oh, Geldie knows that one, Backdoor Man. Duff knows it too, he likes it. Green-Eyed Lady and Land of 1,000 Dances. Now, here's the best part of the whole deal. The concert is absolutely, totally free. So come out to Pompano Park tomorrow, Saturday, May 22. Enjoy live harness racing, try your hand at cards in the poker room, and enjoy a great concert with the classic rock stars. Rare Earth, Sugarloaf, Iron Butterfly, Cannibal and Headhunters, lead singers. Not the whole groups, of course, because that's a little bit too much. Just a half mile from both I-95 and the Turnpike. Pompano Park is easy to get to. And best of all, they offer you free admission and free general parking every single day. Live harness racing and the poker room are open every night. Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, 3 nights a week, including tonight. Poker starts at noon, goes on till midnight. Live racing gets underway nightly at 7:25 p.m. I see John Kakeli won 3 or 4 races last night. It's a freaking miracle. How do you like that? Wow. Pompano Park is also open every day, 7 days and nights a week for simulcasting, featuring the best in harness racing, thoroughbred, highlight action from all across North America for you to watch and plunge your guts on. Pompano Park, it's just an easy block south of Atlantic Boulevard on Powerline Road. For that current race schedule, go on the web at pompanopark.com or call 954-972-2000. Don't forget, plunge your guts soon at Pompano Park.
This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Please lock him away, for I recall the day, homicide, a Bronco ride, and he won't confess. I don't care what they say, 'cause O.J. murdered her wearing gloves. It happened so soon, on the 12th of June, and O.J. ran away from that bloody mess. I don't care what they say, 'cause O.J. murdered her wearing gloves. I have waited quite a while, but I see he's still on trial. It goes on and never ends. As it does, I know that O.J. murdered them. Lock him up, please, and throw away the keys. It's a game, all the claims of his innocence. I don't care what they say, 'cause O.J. murdered her wearing gloves. Yes. I don't care what they say, 'cause O.J. murdered her wearing gloves.
Okay, now, I probably don't need to say this, but during the just ass end of that bit there, I just sneaked one out here very quietly. Now, is that permitted anymore or not?
As long as it's an SBD, it's okay.
I see. No, it was just S.
All right.
Oh, well.
Well, in that case, you want the paper towel?
No, well. 5670560. Pound 560 on the AC. Oh, man. What a shock, huh? What a surprise. Well, we've all had that. No, that's not what I meant.
I haven't, but I just might now.
It was just very quiet, okay? Very dainty, all right? I just wanted to make sure that the coast is queer and that we can still do those things.
And here, on the other hand,
if anybody would have heard it, then, oh boy, the stuff would have hit the fan. 567, the craziest personality of all time is. I like this poll. It was good enough for the Inquirer, like I said. But these people, they're pretending they don't get it. Oh, and before we get to that, speaking of crazy, no, you don't have to light a, but you go ahead
it ain't
anyway.
for you.
Oh, it's for, boy, you talk about impressionable. Wow. All I did was just mention something there. I'm sorry that I said it. Now the whole room is almost going up in flames in there. Man, lunatic. Well, you know about Jeff and a pizza loft. That's no extra charge, an additional bonus. Yeah. In fact, if all this oil problem we have now in the world, he might be able to solve it. If we ever run out of gas, I'll be eating at the pizza loft around the clock, 24/7. Anyway, like the Rimmers will be soon. Senior U.S. officials have told 60 Minutes correspondent Leslie Stahl that they have evidence that Iraqi politician Ahmed Chalabi has been passing highly classified U.S. intelligence to Iran.
Oh, my God.
The schmata-head Iranians.
Oh, my God.
The evidence shows that Chalabi, who was once seen as the man likely to lead Iraq by White House and Pentagon officials, who I've been screaming to you and telling you for months is a crook, personally gave Iranian intelligence officers information so sensitive that if revealed it could, quote, get Americans killed. The evidence is said to be rock solid. I don't know why they just found out, because Newsweek had it in last week. Sources have told Stahl a high-level investigation is underway into who in the U.S. government gave Chalabi such sensitive information in the first place. But we can get Greg on that. He can talk to Barry Jackass, find out who the mole is. All the moles all the time, man. Too many moles with a big mouth. You know what I mean, Geldie? Yeah. Loose lips sink ships, man. In addition, sources told Leslie Stahl that one of Chalabi's closest confidants, a senior member of his organization, the Iraqi National Congress, is believed to have been recruited by Iran's intelligence agency, the Ministry of Information and Security, MOIS, Moishe, and is on their payroll. How do you like that? The Iranians, which is, if we don't have enough problems already, a bunch of lunatics running that country. The Ayatollah Jr. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. And also, it doesn't say anything about Dick Cheney and Ahmed either.
It doesn't.
Partners in crime.
Oh, I'm sure that'll come
It doesn't even say anything about Hamid Karzai being on the board of directors of Chevron or Condoleezza being on the board of directors of Chevron.
Shut up.
These are just coincidences, okay? And the fact that you're paying $85 to fill up your gas tank, that's just a coincidence. You do understand that, please.
Of course.
Cracker, please. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
I have a name.
Me too. I have two names.
Do you?
Yes.
Is this W?
What do you got for us, pal?
I've got Jimmy Pearsall.
No, Jimmy Pearsall, I mean, nobody knows who that is anymore. Yeah, he was crazy.
Who?
Baseball player.
Oh.
Mentally ill. But we don't mean like mentally ill. I mean, we're not picking on people who have mental illness. He doesn't understand it either. Sir, I probably it's my fault we didn't do the disclaimer. Nobody over the age of 95 is allowed to call this show except maybe once a month on that day. That's it.
Just Ma.
No.
Your dad used to.
WQAM, hello.
He doesn't understand it. Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How about Ronald Reagan? Hi, Barry.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, mierda.
WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil. How about Robert Blake? And how about Jason Williams?
No. 5670560, pound, well, maybe Jason Williams. What do you think?
Is he crazy?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he just don't like dogs. Even his own. I don't know. Maybe he don't like dogs and limo drivers. I mean, he's entitled to his opinion, right? And what was the first one she said?
Robert Blake?
Robert Blake. He was crazy like a fox. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
In fact, yeah. The bitch had it coming. What's wrong with you?
Right. Sanest thing you ever did.
That's the only woman we've had call all day, and right away she's defending that bitch. That trailer trash lion slut.
Mm-hmm.
5670560. In fact, you ever see Bonnie Lee and Lindy England together? Same person. Yeah.
Lindy's got better teeth.
They used to hang out with the same hood. WQAM, hello.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. I got two things. One, I wanted to just make a suggestion for the poll.
Yes?
And that was going to be Pee Wee
That's
Herman.
got two things, yeah.
That was Pee Wee Herman. The other one's not a suggestion. Are you down here now?
Down where?
In Florida.
At the moment?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you going to be going to Pompano Park tonight?
Why do you ask that?
Well, because in the second race tonight, there's a...
Well, but don't give it on the air.
It's, okay.
You have a tip for me at the track tonight? You want to put it on the air so we get 1 to 9?
Well, I didn't figure any of your people probably bet.
Yeah,
anyway.
sure they do. I'll put you on hold and you'll tell it to George and we'll see. I mean, this is something you know?
95% sure this horse will win.
All right, I'm going to put you on hold, and I thank you in advance, and God bless you. Hold on.
Enjoy your stay down here.
Thank you. It'll be very brief. Okay, line 2, see what he's got for us, okay? Maybe he's got a wiener, okay? It would be nice. If it's like 1 to 5, I don't need that. And don't anybody be following Fat Rich around, okay? Oh, gee, I wonder which horse is better. Of course, Rich has got, if you want the world to know something, if you want to get a message out, just whisper it in his ear. And within 10 minutes, everybody in the even on the Mars where they haven't had life in billions of years, they'll know about it. He's just one of those guys, loose lips, like I said before, Geldie. Loose lips sink ships, okay? 567. How come McGillis? Oh, that's right. That thing is tonight. I thought he was doing the big stogie thing with Monica. The stogie thing is tonight, 6 to 8 o'clock. Are you going to be there for that or what? Nobody cares. He's busy chasing down Fidel. He says he's going to get him once and for all. WQAM, hello.
Yes, I'm going to say Howard Hughes for your poll.
Howard Hughes, yeah, he was crazy. You're right.
Crazy or locked up? I don't know.
In fact, we'll take the money. How do you like that? We'll let him stay locked up inside, eating the ice cream, and we'll take the money. Thanks a lot, Pally. Have a great day. And he can also keep washing his hands a lot. See, if they would have just had body wash back then, right, he wouldn't have been so nervous. 567. So did the guy give you something?
Yeah, he gave...
Well, don't say it.
No, I'm not gonna.
He gave you what, a headache?
A horse.
Yeah, a little horse?
Yeah, I'm a little horse.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hi. I didn't want to talk about the poll. I wanted to talk about something else. I wanted to make a suggestion to all the audience out there. When you're driving on the turnpike going south and you see those cameras, right after the Cypress Creek Toll Plaza,
yeah,
as you approach, give them a bird. Just to let them know, we know you're watching, and we don't care.
All right.
All right?
Excellent job, pal. Have a great day.
I'm out of material.
Okay,
Bye.
floor it. 5670560. Yeah, that's another thing. This whole obsession with, of course, we got the holiday coming up pretty soon, Memorial Day next. The amazing thing about this show today is there's nobody in town.
No, you noticed that, huh?
Most of my trip to work today was a real piece of cake. There was nobody on the road except 595 was a little ouchy here and there. But other than that, pretty lame. Or, pretty good.
Right. As long as you don't go near any schools, that is.
Yeah.
And then it's a nightmare.
I'm trying to think where I was driving the other day. There was. I know where it was when I went to the dentist on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. In the Pines.
Yeah. And I'm driving on Taft Street. I'm going out west. And there's a school zone that's like about 2 houses wide,
Right. Oh, yeah.
One thing about Pembroke Pines and Pembroke Lakes, man, they love speed traps.
They live for them.
It reminds me of Hiatus Road and Plantation
That's
between
the local
Sunrise
economy.
and Broward.
Yeah.
That also in Plantation. Sunrise and Broward. You know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Where all the churches are out there, the Mormons and the this and the Jews and the Goyim and everybody else. Yeah. That's what they love. They write business. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
And the same that's one of the reasons I got out of Pembroke Lakes. I couldn't handle the punishment.
That was a million miles away
from
from
Hiatus.
Right.
The island there,
Sure.
Yeah. They
Douglas
sit
Road.
behind the trees. Douglas Road. I remember one, I don't even want to go through the story. Back in the day, got a ticket from an ornery, surly cop. They hadn't even, there was an intersection where they had not put any stop sign or a stop light, okay? Nothing. And I went through it. He said, oh, you could have killed somebody. I said, well, let me ask you. Well, they haven't finished, they haven't put the thing up yet. But I'm supposed to know what's supposed to be there. In other words, I came to an intersection, I should have stopped, looked all the way around.
Stopped again.
I guess it wasn't possible that there could have been stop signs going the other way, that I had the right of way. There was nothing there. He still wrote me a ticket. Piece of crap. Porker. Clown. 5670560. We don't have more important things to worry about, all the crap that's going on in the world today. And we still got a bunch of porkers sitting in behind the bushes with a radar, old Smokey. It's a bunch of crap, okay? Go save a life somewhere. Go do something worthwhile. Go save somebody. Go do some real police work instead of harassing the poor damn public that's paying $80 a gallon for gas. Man. In fact, if the audience if we'd have had like those real close-up mics, we could have given them all the gas they wanted for nothing just a few minutes ago.
Live and local.
No extra charge, believe me.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Boy, it's the 1 to 2 hour.
Take your God and shove it. I ain't gonna worship him no more.
Too good.
I've had enough of all the primitive fairy tales and folklore.
Yes.
Time getting tired of giving money away to all the Christian corporate whores. You can take your God and shove it. I ain't worshiping him no more. Well, I was a Christian, soldier of God, believer all these years. All that time I followed every word of the scriptures written by queers. Catch your gaze, say he's a powerful God and an all-knowing in a mighty way. Except in 9/11 when he must have been gone on a busman's holiday. Take your God and shove it. I ain't gonna worship him no more. Shove the you're alright if you're with us, 'cause everybody else is wrong. And I'm getting tired of watching people die in the name of an invisible Lord. So take your God and shove it. I ain't worshiping him no more. No. Take your God and shove it.
All right.
I ain't worshiping him no more.
Detainees were forced to curse Islam. How do you like that?
Well, then
and they're showing these pictures that the Washington Post released today,
right.
The moving pictures, not just your stills, but your moving pictures. See, if these were Al-Qaeda, if this was a Gitmo, I don't really have a lot of problem with that, because these people might just have information that could save a lot of our lives.
Maybe.
But this, and again, they know that the overwhelming majority of these people were just people in the wrong place at the wrong time, that they schlepped off the street like that cab driver.
Well, how can you be sure unless you torture them severely?
Oh, that's right, unless you beat it out of them. That's right. Within an inch of their life, and maybe sometime on the other side of an inch of their life.
Right.
And then you can, stand over the dead corpse, and you can, do that silly thumbs up thing.
Kill them all, let God sort them out.
Right. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Who do you think is the all-time craziest celebrity? Michael Jackson, 262. There ain't even nobody close. Mike Tyson, 45. Ozzy Osbourne, 37. Courtney Love, 29. Denise Rodman, 20. Gary Busey, 15. Anne Heche and Andy Kaufman, 10 apiece. And after that, it's single digits. Scott Farrell's got 8. He's got 8. Boy, what a saga that was. WQAM, hello.
This is Neil?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, Neil. Mazel tov. Listen, buddy.
Hello, can I ask you a question?
Yes, certainly.
You're not going to vote for Bush, are you?
The only Bush I'll lick is my
okay,
wife.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, Neil.
Yeah.
Hello. And did you see Ann Richards on?
I saw a couple of minutes. I was busy watching the hockey game. I saw a few minutes of it.
I understand. But she really gave, really sliced and diced Bush up in the Republican Party.
Too bad she didn't do that in that gubernatorial election when he beat her out.
I think she was on heavy medications then. It
Oh,
must have been
could be.
something
And
like
so was he.
Yeah. I've been dialing since I'm Weston. I'm in Lake Worth. I'm on Okeechobee Road, Neil.
Well, you're going in the right direction anyway.
I'm going to have arthritis by the time I'm done.
Right.
Anyway, I love you. Keep up the good work. George is his second banana's okay, but number one, he
Zygazun. Okay.
Okay, buddy.
See you.
Thanks.
See you on the West Bank. 567, or maybe the bank in the plantation. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. QAM, hello.
I will beat you in the submission.
Oh. WQAM, hello. QAM.
TNT.
So, this is our first underwater caller of the day from the Miami Seaquarium. How's it hanging? WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I would say Keith Moon from The Who. I don't think they come any crazier than him.
Who?
Keith Moon.
Oh, Keith Moon.
Yes, sir.
Got it, the Moon Man.
He was really, really crazy out there.
All right. Thank you, sir, and have a great day.
You too.
Okay. No, I wasn't really sure what he said. I know. I thought for a minute he said... That's what I thought he said.
We can't say that anymore, can we?
Part of it. 567. Well, we can't say moon if it has to do with showing your
rectum
to the world. We can't say moon in that fashion. And of course, the people at the FCC will be able to decipher and dissect that for themselves, because they are the mind police also, not just the word police, but the mind police. They can
know
read
where
your
you're
mind.
going.
Yeah, that was a quadruple entendre. We got you on that one. WQAM, hello.
Hi.
WQAM, hello. QAM, hello. What is it? WQAM, hello.
Hello, I got one for the poll.
Yes, sir.
Christopher Walken.
Is Christopher Walken?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd be running if I was him. Okay, Christopher Walken, what do you say? Crazy?
No.
I don't think so.
Not even a little.
Oh, okay. Well, we gave it a shot, Pally, but we ran it by the poll, and they said no chance. Ran it by our
how so?
local panel. I don't know. Listen, don't ask me to explain for these people. They don't understand it. They don't get it. They don't get it. They're not even close to getting it. And maybe that's why. See, the reason that they're so much in a blue funk today is because of the fact, like I said before, just about everybody's out of town.
Right.
And some of us on the verge of doing that very soon. And these people, unfortunately, are left behind, and they're a little on the jealous side.
I am.
But as soon as their kids are out of school, which is when? Week or two?
Week or two.
Yeah.
End of June.
As soon as that happens, then those who can afford to do it, they'll be all gone too. And then you'll be on July and August, and you'll have a great time.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, you'll have some dependable people out there. Hi! Hi!
Mm-hmm.
You'll have Crazy Ron every day. Hi! Him.
Jamba.
Yeah. Right. What's not to like? And then you'll be getting faxes from the guy that don't listen anymore, Jeff High's neighbor. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes.
How you doing?
All right.
Good. How about Dennis Rodman for the poll?
How about Dennis Rodman that's got the 22 votes? You mean that one?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. I think we've pushed them over the edge, like I said. They can't handle it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. That's it. And it's Friday. They already used up all their good material.
Oh, you mean all the good drugs?
Cock-a-moon.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Hello.
Neil.
Yes.
How about Tommy Lee?
Tommy Lee is a fantastic choice. I like that one. Now, see, now this guy gets it. Okay? Crazy. I'll tell you another one. Bobby Brown. Tommy Lee and Bobby Brown. Ever see them together?
No.
Same person. That's a little,
shoe polish.
A little bit of that shoe polish Reagan don't need anymore. Ronnie Reagan, man. There's a guy. Was he a president or what, huh? Man. See, Nancy's being punished for that. Just say no. That's what this is all about. That's why he's hanging on and hanging on. Yeah, he'll probably live to be 110 in that.
I find it funny that they do a 180 on their whole stem cell research position when it strikes close to home.
Right, when it's convenient for them. Right. Oh yeah, well, Alzheimer's. Oh, we could do something about that. Nancy maybe wouldn't have had to do all of these horrendous things and live these last 20 years in this psychotic kind of state.
Could have been doing something all along.
Right. No, we don't want to do that because we'll piss off. See, that's what it's all about with Karl Rove and this whole Bush crowd, is who are we going to piss off, Is it going to be the Christians? Is it going to be the Jews in Florida, which we need to steal their votes again? And, of course, they're all whipped up to a frenzy about Israel. That's all it's all about. And, of course, Kerry, on the other hand, he hasn't figured out who to alienate or please. That's the problem. You can't complain about his campaign because, quite frankly, there isn't one yet. Well, you'll see, when he picks Wesley Clark, that's my prediction, I'll say it again. And then they're not going to be able to turn around and say, and of course, how a bunch of draft-dodging chickenhawks can say, oh, he's weak on the military because he opposed the war in Vietnam. Yeah, when he came back after he risked his life and saved those people and all these things.
Got a chest full of medals.
Right. Because he had the balls to come home and tell the truth about how we were butchering people and sacrificing 58,000 of our own kids over there.
And he enlisted. He wasn't drafted.
Exactly. He wasn't a draft dodger like all these chickenhawks, like Cheney and all these others, and AWOL Bush. But even setting that aside, because the American public is so stupid, at any rate they'll be able to say, well, we got a 4-star general over here, Wesley Clark, okay? So if our man needs any assistance when it comes to all of these things about international affairs, I mean, our last president had, he had some expertise in affairs.
Sure, international and
all over the place, just like Prince Philip. He had one in every port. He did.
Once upon a time.
10 minutes after 1. Don't say it. Not no mo. All you can say now is what Greg said when he came in here.
Just quoting Greg.
You do it when you're on, okay? I don't want to do it when I'm
doing it right now.
I bet you are. I did. Let's see. Ooh, I could hear that one. Could you hear it?
No.
Well, if you weren't here, you could hear it. Now,
I got a full book of matches.
Okay. None of this executory stuff, okay? Because then Muff will be in here talking about painful defoliation. Summertime in South Florida guarantees 3 things: heat, humidity, and hurricanes. You can't control the weather, but you can control how you protect your home during hurricane season. Florida New Code Hurricane Shutters has installed shutters on over 3,000 homes in South Florida over the past decade. From panels, accordion, roll-down, or Bahama shutters, Florida New Code Hurricane Shutters makes it easy for you to pick out the hurricane protection that your home needs. Call 954-868-4935 for your free home estimate. If you own a two-story home, you know how much trouble it is using a ladder to put up those shutters. Florida New Code now offers you a new steel panel system designed to be installed from the inside on second-floor windows with no need for ladders. They'll even give you a credit for your existing hurricane protection toward any new purchase, too. So call Florida New Code Hurricane Shutters today at 954-868-4935. 954-868-4935. And, of course, haven't they said just the other day it's going to be a real active and busy hurricane season? With a whole bunch of hurricanes, maybe even.
About 30, man.
So do it now. Protect yourself. Florida New Code Hurricane Shutters, providing South Florida hurricane protection over the past decade.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Friday, you bastard.
I'm the type of guy with a big square head. I win all my fights, except the ones who dead. Yes, I'm that type of guy who pounded Michael Spinks and showed him that his shorts and his boxing really stinks. I'm the type of guy who always is alert. I showed Carl Williams that the truth can really hurt. You're the type of guy that thinks that I'm a bum. So I just say to you that you are D-U-M-E dumb. I'm the type of guy with my weaving and my bobbing. I only lost one fight, and the bitch's name was Robin. I'm the type of guy who makes the people laugh and put the man down in a minute and a half. I'm the type of guy who makes the people stare just because I keep all my cash in Don King's hair. I'm the type of guy, and the public just attacked me. And if you don't believe it, then you had better ask me. I'm the type of guy. That's what I'm hitting with. Take it roll, I'ma kick your butt. I'm the type of guy. Robert, give him some, I'ma kick her butt. Yes, I'm the type of guy. Next fight comes in my face, I'ma kick, you know that. I'm that type of guy. Don't mess with me or I'ma kick your butt.
Yeah, I heard it. It's the 116. That's not what he was talking about. At 560 WQAM. Huh? I saw your eyebrows twitching around and your eyelids fluttering and whatever. Just like Freaky Carlos out there. Probably because that aroma's getting back at you. Who do you think is the all-time craziest celebrity? Crazy as in like that. Michael Jackson, 276. Mike Tyson, 49. Ozzy Osbourne, 41. Courtney Love, 29. Dennis Rodman, 22. Gary Busey, 16. Andy Kaufman, 11. George S. Kaufman, don't have any yet. Ann Heche, 10. Charlton Heston, 10. Ted Nugent, 9. Robin Williams, 8, which you don't understand that, but he's nuts. He just bugs me. And I used to like him once upon a time.
Yeah.
About the first 10 minutes. And then after that. Scott Farrell, 8. He's got 8. Jonathan Winters, 7. Sid Vicious, 4. O.J. Simpson, only 4. Only 4 for O.J.? Liza Minnelli, 3. Howard Hughes, spelled with no E there before the S, George.
Oh, sorry.
It's got 3. Almost looks like Howard Huge. That was the word. Elizabeth Taylor, 2. Winona Ryder, 2. Only 1 vote for Margot Kidder, Keith Moon, Anna Nicole Smith, and Whitney Houston. None yet. None yet. 0 for Judy Garland, Jerry Lee Lewis, Tommy Lee, or Bobby Brown. I realize Tommy Lee and Bobby Brown just went on a few minutes ago, but my God, they should be climbing up that ladder fast. Bobby Brown. Out of 518, and he's got the big, that's bad. And you know what? The big is bad. 5670560. Let's pick on Geldie some more. What do you say? Huh? Come on. Well, see, the only reason we're not getting any response to that, other than that one very outstanding early call, the first call I took, which was smart, is because of the fact that we got no hockey people. See?
Right.
They don't care.
We knew that.
They don't. In addition to which, even the hockey people that we do have, they either go to the games or they watch them on TV. How many people actually listen to Panther hockey on this station?
About 30, man.
And that's on a good night when they're playing a team that somebody cares about, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You could, in these two rooms together, you could put some folding chairs and,
right.
you know, and that's it. Pipe in the audio.
Watch the game on TV.
No. I'm talking about listening on the radio.
About 30, man.
So it doesn't really make any difference who does the games. But at any rate, Geldie's running around shooting off a big mouth because he's pissed off.
Howard from Boca.
Right. Even Mo, who used to think that Geldie was, remember all the times that,
Sure.
Geldie loves me. We can get along just fine. Well, now he realizes that even Geldie can't put up with this crap anymore.
Howard from Boca.
Right. And Joe Rose, who Geldie really always thought was going to be the guy he could just latch onto, just like a kangaroo with a pouch. He could just hop right in there. Yeah, he thought that was it, his lifeline.
How the world turns.
Yeah. And I'll come to find out that Blockhead is doing just great on his own. He don't want no part of Geldie. So that's right. He don't want that little twerp in there. He also can't stand the Beast.
No, apparently.
No, he don't want to be. I mean, Zach does a fine job in there in spite of what Mo said. Zach is just fine. And Zach and Blockhead have got that little routine of theirs going back and forth. Zach does a fine Harvey Green. That's kind of a cute thing. And I'll tell you something, that takes some balls. You got a guy that used to play for the Dolphins that people would accuse of being a shill for the organization, which we know who is the shill. You know. All right. I don't want to pick on my good friend Mad Dog, but I mean he's the shill for the organization pretty much. But Joe Rose is a different kind of a guy, a horse of a different feather, California boy.
Yeah.
He ain't from Solon, Ohio. See, that's a different kind of upbringing.
Is he a surfer?
So at any rate, it probably was. At any rate, he don't have any compunctions in ripping Harvey Green and the fact that they're trying to cover up all of that Ricky Williams stuff and he smoked a little pot. Who cares? Man, oh man, he smoked a little number here and a big fat one over there, and who cares? All right, got his hair cut. I give him much higher marks for getting his hair cut and looking human than for who cares whether he smoked a little reefer or not? Who cares?
I don't.
Especially now that he looks, I mean, if he still would have had the long hair, the deadlocks, people would say he suffered from reefer madness. But now. Or like on that morning show from Greeper Madness. 5670560. How can he still be here? This is the longest exit in the history of the entertainment industry. Nobody has ever been leaving a job, whether it was a big job, a small job, a job, whatever. As long as Robert the Grim Greeper. He's leaving. He's leaving. He's thinking about leaving.
Any minute now.
Hey, we'll pack you a salami sandwich, okay, with Swiss cheese on it. Trafe.
Swiss cheese.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I love grilled salami and Swiss. Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing?
I got one for the poll.
Okay.
What about John Belushi?
He was crazy. And probably a little bit too crazy for his own good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And have a great day. John Belushi, why'd you make a face like that? He was nuts. He was certifiable. Huh? He was funny. Yeah. I mean, you could be funny and still be crazy. Ozzy Osbourne's funny as hell, but crazy, right?
Right.
And Belushi had a little blow problem is what he had.
Yeah.
A little blow. 5670560 pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line, as opposed to like John Candy,
right?
Who had a little sugar problem, a little food problem, a little food addiction,
and now he's dead.
He's dead. Fat people are the good people, and the fat people are the dead people. Go see Fatso this weekend, okay? Go rent it, buy it, steal it. The fat people are, I'm telling you, we're fat, and we're getting fatter. This is the thing that really, it's so typical of what's happening in America and the world in general, but especially in this country, because we're so over-commercialized. Since Dr. Atkins croaked, since he had that bad slip and fall, the marketing people, and you were the first one to pick up on it, and you're right. The Atkins organization, man, see, what did I always say about him? He had a great diet, he was a brilliant guy, but he was a bad marketer. That infomercial he used to have on was the most, he had that real jappy broad from the Bronx where, come on, give the Atkins diet, the low carb, nobody wanted to see it. She was like Joan Rivers on helium.
Oh,
and so anyway, the marketing people have come along, and now we got Atkins. I think we even pretty soon going to have Atkins toilet paper.
Sure, why not?
Which is going to make your
rectum
real slim.
It's low carb.
In fact, what you do is you just sit well, I can't discuss it.
It's made of soy.
Even if you have a painful vaccination.
Just walk away.
But at any rate, so now they're marketing like crazy, and everybody else is imitating, so that's all you hear about is low carb this and low carb that. And in the meantime, we're getting fatter than ever. I can't believe the number of fat people I see. Yesterday, I'm watching a Cubs game yesterday afternoon, after I got through with all my doctoring, after they looked in every orifice they could find, and they got Billy Williams on there with Steve Stone and Chip Carey. And Billy Williams, now you wouldn't know who that is, but he's a Hall of Fame, former black guy, former great Cub player. He's sitting there, he had a pupik on him, man. He made Fat Boy look like Liza Minnelli. I'm telling you, a huge pupik. We're getting fatter and fatter, and we got low carb this and low carb that. And then you look on the labels on the ingredients, man. I'm in Walgreens the other day, and I'm looking at one of these health bars and carb solutions and this, and I look at the 49 grams of carbs for a little candy bar the size of your thumb. And then Hershey's also has these new candy bars, low carb. Have you seen those?
No, I haven't.
Look at the ingredients.
Taz.
Sorbitol.
The sorbitol.
So if you're one of those people who's fat and you don't have irritable bowel, which I don't know how many of those people exist.
About 30, man.
Then you're in luck because you can eat that stuff. It has almost no carbs and you'll be very successful. But if you're like me, if you're a fat old slob like me, and you got the old IBS and ISPCA and the ITA and the HUC, then you got real problems.
Don't forget GERD.
And GERD is the word. You know who told me that? The bird. And you know what the mad dog told him?
You turd.
Right, that's what I heard. Let's spank Geldie. Come on, let's spank him a few times, okay? You're not getting that gig, Geldie, okay? No chance. And I'll tell you who's loving it is Mo. Mo is loving it. The more we spank him, the Mo likes it. The Mo likes it. The Moo likes it. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, it's Dave.
What is it?
Dave.
Hey, Dave, how are you doing, Dave?
Good, how you doing, man?
What's up?
Want to make a suggestion for the poll?
Go ahead.
How about John Belushi?
I don't think so. 5, 6, 7. Come on, that was good. You got a minute. Here's line 9, which we haven't talked to in at least a couple of minutes. QAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
South Florida cops don't like to write tickets, but they will.
What does that mean?
I don't know. That's the commercial they're running on your station.
On this station?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. They don't like to write them, but they got their quota. Is that it? In other words, blame somebody else?
Everyone who ever wrote me one looked happy as could be.
Yeah, you bet. Especially when they walked up to the car and show me everything you got. Your license, your registration, your shoe size, whatever you got. I want to see it. Right.
I thought this was the cartel administration we had in power.
Yeah.
Look at these gas prices. I
Yeah.
thought that's the least we could get out.
Wait till you see the profits from Exxon and Chevron and all these others at the end of the next quarter. Wait till you see their record-breaking profits, and somebody will be saying, "Well, how come they keep making record-breaking profits and they keep gouging the public like that? Something stinks somewhere."
Aren't the tankers running from the Persian Gulf straight into Texas?
They're running straight into Haifa, is what I'm hearing.
And my choice for crazy guy,
Yes, sir.
Joe Carollo.
All right, that's good, Crazy Joe. See, there's a good one. Now, we just had a caller on line 9 who made some sense. I might just have to play that, you know. Joe Carollo, he's, I don't know, out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. People actually hated him like poison, and deservedly so. But then once he threw the last tea canister at his wife, that was kind of like it, you know.
Yeah, 1 hour or 2.
Although, let me ask you this. I beg your pardon?
1 hour or 2.
He's one of your people, and you're asking me how you spell his name?
Well, you know how to spell all the Jewish names?
Yeah.
How about Moshe Haim-Yankel?
Moshe Pupik, I know how to spell that too. P-O-O-P-I-K, okay? Pupik.
I'm going to put 2.
I don't care what you put on there, okay? Joe Carollo. If he's going to be on there, I'll tell you another one needs to be, but nobody remembers him, Xavier Suarez.
Oh, yeah.
At least Joe Carollo wasn't running around in his bathrobe campaigning door to door at 3 a.m. every night. What the hell just happened there? Oh, you know what? I did it again.
Live and local.
Sorry, Neil.
This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're listening to the Hockey Authority, Neil God.
Absolutely.
.132 at 560 WQM. No Mad Dog today. Guess who we got at 2 instead, though? The Booster.
We like Boogla. We like Boogla. We like Boogla. We like Boogla.
Boog Shabby, who ain't no Dave Van Boring, thank God. Booster will be at the Hooters in Pembroke Pines. In fact, you might want to call him up and say, you know, that guy that you work with on the games, will you just poke him in the ribs once in a while, wake him up. Just give him like a little elbow. Anyway, then we got the Humper at 4, the Hebrew Hammer 4 to 7 this afternoon. 3 solid hours, man. A tough assignment for the big fat hammer. I mean, for Hank.
Funny.
Then you got the Marlins on deck at 7 o'clock. 7:35, Arizona. You know, I got to tell you, And we'll see, because supposedly they got big weekend Randy Johnson pitching this weekend, and Don Trell, and et cetera. But those crowds during the week for Houston, pretty embarrassing. Houston's a very good team, and, the Marlins lost a few games. See, I'm afraid when it gets to be June and July and August and it's 180 degrees in the shade, I'm afraid that if the Marlins ain't exactly setting the house on fire like they were in those first couple of weeks in the season, that just maybe we'll be reverting back to those really paltry, embarrassing crowds again. I don't want to say this is a front-running town, but when days after the Game 6 is already over with the Heat in Indiana, and people are still calling on these stupid-ass sports shows we got on the station talking about a game that's been over for days now, and this one should have done this, and this one should... Who cares about that?
Huh?
Yeah, I sure don't. Who the hell gives a crap about that? But, that's the nature of this town. Give me a winner, man. Give me something to grab onto. Please, I'm a loser. Give me something to grab onto. Anything. Give me a bandwagon to hop on. Hop aboard. That's why that whole Panther thing from back in 96, it's a joke. How many hockey fans do we have in South Florida?
About 30, man.
I don't know why we still have a team here. I mean, I'm glad that we do, but why we still do, I have no idea.
Something to do.
No, but it's not something, a place to go and be seen and whatever, I guess, and wander around and drink some beer in the hallway.
Talk on your
cell phone, right, and wave to the guy on the cell phone in the other, in section 1 whatever. It's really sad. There's no real passion about almost anything here. 5670560. So why should I be surprised at the nature of the people I've been talking to all week long? There's, they're like, automatons. Yeah, that's what they are. Oh, well, Israel, listen, Cuba, that, and the same old tired baloney, no matter what's going on in the world. See, that goes beyond their ability to reason. Don't confuse us with all this minutia, okay? All I know is the bigger picture, and that is that I'm Jewish, therefore I must love Israel and defend them at all costs, or I'm Cuban, and therefore I must be obsessed with Cuba, no matter what the hell is going on in the world, and that's it, and don't bother me with anything else.
Apparently.
Evidently, you're right. WQAM, hello.
Hey, is this Neil?
Yes, sir?
Hey, Neil, how about Richard Pryor?
Richard Pryor, he had a little bit of a problem. I would say he's crazy. You don't think so?
No, set yourself on fire. You got to be a little drunk or crazy.
Richard Pryor set himself on fire. Right. He had a burning desire. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Who do you think is the all-time craziest Looney Tunes celebrity of them all? Michael Jackson, I mean, he's all by himself, and of course we can understand that, 296 votes. But after that, it's a hoss race. Mike Tyson, 53. Ozzy Osbourne, 41. Courtney's Glove, 29. Denise Rodman, 24. Gary's Busey has got 21. Chuck Heston, 12. Andy Kaufman, 12. Anne Heche, 10. 10 Nugent, 10. Everybody else, including Pharrell. Single digits. We can get Pharrell up into 10 if we get like one more vote for Pharrell. He's only got 9. Out of control, lunatic, maniac, loose cannon, all of these things. WQAM, hello.
Yay, can you play me President Dumb?
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you doing?
Okay.
It's kind of late, but he would have got a lot of votes. I think Bobby Knight's kind of a whack job.
Bobby Knight's good. He is crazy. Very good choice.
Yeah.
And you got all weekend, so maybe he can catch up. He can play catch up.
Absolutely. And in closing,
see, that was so bad. He's doing it. Now, see, you gave a bad look there, but he's trying his best to do a little, but he just don't have it yet. Practice makes perfect. All weekend long, it'll keep you off the street, pal, out of trouble. Just keep doing the Geldie.
Right.
Yeah.
The important part is the slap. So you have to slap yourself real hard.
How come I never play that bit?
Which one?
Do the Geldie. I bet you it's not in here.
I never heard of it.
Do the Geldie. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that one.
Yeah. I don't think it's in here.
No.
I got it, though.
You have it. I don't.
You don't have crap in here, man.
Telling you.
This thing is embarrassing. Even like, what is that? Oh, that did that thing again.
Oops.
I like that, though, when you least expect it, because it's so loud. Man, that thing
scares the hell out of everybody.
Oh, man, I like it a lot. Now, where's that one where he says, come on, Geldie, you can do it. We only got a 4-hour show. Geldie sings The Shield. I don't.
Well, you don't watch The Shield. So.
Up the butt. Oh. 5670560. Well, that's where they were checking yesterday at the Cleveland Clinic.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of them.
Team of spelunkers.
Even Duff said he never had a line like that. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. That's what he said. WQAM, hello. WQM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir?
Hey, I wanted to say Jason Williams. Put him on that poll.
Somebody said, did we ever put him on or what?
I don't think so.
Yeah, well, we'll do it now just because you said it. No, I don't think so. We decided no. We took it to committee and we decided, no. Just because he don't like dogs and limo drivers, that's his, it's up to him. And
besides, they killed themselves.
And he walked away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the dog was definitely a suicide. I read the report to follow up on that. The dog definitely offed himself. It was a suicide. 5670560 pound 560 on the AT&T. That fat boy, man, I'm glad that you and he are getting really tight. You know what?
I think he tries.
Tries what? To be annoying?
Sell.
Trying to ambush people like he did to me on Monday?
That's all part of him.
That's why I find him despicable and unacceptable in spite of what his boyfriend on the fax machine. You'll see how many days before he's back. He never went anywhere.
Of course not. What do you mean?
You know what this reminds me of? I was thinking about this before. Back in the day, I mean, I'm talking way, way back. W Snooze, back in the, old-time talk radio, topical talk radio, all that crap. And it was the same. It was a different bunch, but it was the same crap. And somebody who, loved you and liked you, and but all you had to do was look at them cross-eyed or make one comment that they disagreed with, and they would, you. And of course, we didn't have faxes come in those days. It was all on the phone, or a letter. I'm never going to listen to you again. You are the worst. Right. Blah, blah, blah. All this other crap. Because we have to agree with all of them all the time. Right. Now, of course, you can't possibly agree with all people all the time because they all got different opinions, but nevertheless, don't confuse them with the facts. You must agree with them at all times, and everything you must be in goose step with what they say. Maybe that's why a lot of these people like Bush so much. They like the old goose step. Or at least they like the old goose.
And boxcars.
Right.
And ovens.
Showers.
Right.
And then again, like I said, that soap. 20.
Liquid soap.
Right, liquid soap. Oh, I wonder who's in that bottle. Wouldn't it be something if, after I used the whole bottle of that body wash, and on the bottom I saw Todd Dreck's name stamped on there? Wouldn't that be bad? Ooh, I would stay in the shower with, some real soap for hours. I would get, Mr. Clean and Listerine and just cleanse my spleen. Yeah, the old shower of power. Speaking of Al Goldstein, so Al sold his house here is what, your good friend Al is selling his house because he's broke and he's moving out in California.
I hadn't heard.
And married that 23-year-old Bimbat.
I never met her.
Poor Al.
Yeah.
I mean, he made his own funeral, but they really were out to get him, and he helped him out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he did.
They were out to really nail his ass, and he bent over. And even Muff said that's not necessarily a good idea, but...
Attention, men.
20 till 2 at 560.
Rectum.
Yeah, when I told him about my exams yesterday, he looked at me. There was a tear of jealousy in his eye. I could tell. Spring into savings right now and save like never before on a new car or truck from Armstrong Toyota of Homestead, speaking of Fat Boy. They're on US 1, 20 minutes south of the 836, and Armstrong Toyota of Homestead is worth the drive from just about any place because they're going to save you so much cash, thousands and zillions on great new Toyotas. Check out the great lease deals that are waiting on you right now. An 04 Camry or 4Runner, just $269 a month for 48 months. How about an 04 Highlander? You pay only $309 a month. Need a truck? How about an 04 Toyota Tundra? It's the safest truck in the U.S. of A. You pay just $179 a month for 48 months. And these are just some of the great savings waiting for you right now at Armstrong Toyota of Homestead. Talk to General Manager David Rich and his staff. You'll love doing business with them. They will do just about anything to get you a deal cut today. And their service department is even open till 8 weeknights to make sure they get all your service work done for you. Easy to find them, and you really ought to. They're conveniently located at US 1 and 293rd Street in Homestead, just 20 minutes south of the 836, and they offer you a deal right now, the likes of which you seldom hear of in your lifetime. Armstrong Toyota of Homestead offers you free tires, batteries, and replacement parts for life, for the life of the vehicle. That's right, tires, batteries, and free parts for life. Who else would do that? So forget about the big mega dealers and car giants who give you those screaming loud car commercials and then underdeliver. Call David Rich, the GM at Armstrong Toyota of Homestead, for a deal that is unbelievable. Call 305-242-3247. No BS, just the best deals in town. 305-242-3247. Drive a little and save a ton on that great new Toyota at Armstrong Toyota of Homestead.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
I urge everyone to complain to this station.
On the next episode of The Shield, Geldie Goldstein stars as Mick Mackey.
I got nothing to say to you, Medical.
You're a bad man. A very bad man. I'm gonna burn your face on the stove here.
tension mounts when Geldie faces off with Captain Mo.
Are those pictures I saw of you doing the guy there?
Yeah, that's right. And I want to keep it under wraps, see?
Okay.
I don't want nobody knowing what went on there. Could mean my career.
Your secret is safe with me.
Good. I got it.
Hey, everybody. Captain Mo put the Mo in homo.
146 at 560 WQAM. Talking toilet orders, German men to sit down. I'm tongue-tied from this, and you would be too. A German inventor who developed a gadget that berates men if they try to use the toilet standing up has sold more than 1.6 million devices, his business manager says. German women fed up with a man with a poor aim can turn to the ghost-shaped gadget, which lurks under the toilet rim, and if the seat is lifted, declares in a stern female tone, "Hello, what are you up to then? Put the seat back down right away. You are definitely not to pee standing up. You will make a right mess." Alex Benhart, 46, invented the WC Ghost, and its creators are in negotiations to market in Britain, Canada, and Italy. How do you like that? A toilet that talks back at you.
Yeah. That's a good move.
Use some of those.
And so you won't be lonely?
Now wait till you hear this. Interrep, whatever the hell that is, released the results of its winter Arbitron audience format analyzation. Spanish and hot AC soared to record levels in the survey, which is why I guess CMQ-FM went soaring up there to the top. Mm-hmm. Like a rotten banana floats to the top. The latest results represent continued growth for the group of formats classified under the Spanish label, topping the record set in the fall 2003 report. Spanish shares are up nearly a full point in the last year, because nobody speaks English here no more.
No.
I bet you don't have that in there either.
Sure we do. Don't we? I don't even know what it's called.
It's called Nobody Speaks English. And guess what? It ain't in there. Your DCS blows.
Yeah, I don't think we had it.
News Talk remains the most listened to specific format classification, although the combined News Talk sports category is off slightly as the sports segment gave back some of the extra listening generated last fall. Did you hear that?
No.
Let me say it again. News Talk remains the most listened to specific format, although the combined News Talk sports category is off slightly as the sports segment gave back some of the extra listening generated last fall.
Huh.
The sports segment. In other words, people are sick and tired of hearing about Ricky this and Ricky that and, what's that quarterback? What the hell's his name? That, limp wrist? CHR remains the third ranked format category with a slight shift from Dance to the, Feely Good. That's his name. Feely Goody. From Dance to the Pop segment in the latest book. Urban held steady in fourth place overall, followed by AC. AC, Adult Contemporary, dropped back a bit after fall rating surge. Winter results contained virtually no changes for country, classic rock, oldies, new rock, and jazz. Other, of course, the classic rock, then Big 106, which went tumbling down to the bottom, okay? Enough to make you cry. Ow! Because Howard Stern got taken off of Big 106. It's a major story. Did anybody really write about those numbers?
No.
Howard Cohen?
No.
Glenn Garvin?
No.
No. Tom Jicka?
No.
No. Just amazing how many really meaningful stories that go on in this market, and they can't be bothered. Speaking of meaningful stories, previously secret sworn statements by detainees at the Abu Ghraib prison in Iraq describe in raw detail abuse that goes well beyond what's been made public, adding allegations of prisoners being ridden like animals, sexually fondled by female soldiers, and forced to retrieve their food from toilets. Retrieve their food from toilets.
You turd. Like we're going to QAM.
The fresh allegations of prison abuse are contained in statements taken from 13 detainees shortly after a soldier reported the incidents to military investigators in mid-January. The detainees said they were savagely beaten and repeatedly humiliated sexually by American soldiers working on the night shift at Tier 1A in Abu Ghraib during the holy month of Ramadan. According to copies of the statements obtained by the Washington Post, some said they were pressed to denounce Islam or force-fed pork and liquor. They were eating trafe. Many provided graphic details of how they were sexually humiliated and assaulted, threatened with rape, and forced to masturbate in front of female soldiers. How do you like that? Like you said, faggery is alive and well.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Here's God.
Ramadan, 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 Ramadan. to me. Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. I'm bowing on my knees so I can well and wide. I'm a Muslim all the way. I pray for painful death to pigs in USA. My religion says that you must die in the sky on your next flight. I want you to die today. Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. Allah is proud of me. Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. I follow brainlessly with no regard for human life.
Gay.
Bow, bow, bow. Ramadan. Ramadan. Ramadan.
Rectum.
Bow, bow, bow.
I want to celebrate the Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan.
Allah will be proud of me. Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. Bow, bow, bow.
So Randy Moller, the Director of Communications and Broadcasting and Humiliation for the Florida Panther organization, says over his dead body, Steve Geldie Goldstein will be doing that thing. Of course, I don't know what thing he was talking about. I just made that up. 157 at 560 WQM. Now, what was that thing you just dropped in there? What was it? It was
Gay.
Oh, no. What? Play that again.
Gay.
Oh, no. Did you hear the way she said that? Wow, that was painful. Anyway, 157, a Bookster standing by over there at Hooters in the Pines. He's going to be doing 2 to 4 for the Mad Dog, who, just like me now, he's taking a page out of the Neil Rogers workbook. Works whenever he feels like it. Right? There was at least one other day this week he didn't show, right?
Right, at least.
And then the next 2 weeks we've got, let's count them, 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 Marlin Day games. And then a week from Monday is Memorial Day, which means George is working that day. Oh, I like this schedule, man. Just remember the Neil Rogers motto. It's a good motto to live by. Less work and more pay. Less hours, more money. Everybody should be demanding that. More vacation, more time off, more money.
I thought your motto was less work, more.
Gay.
Oh, that too. Well, if you have less work, you got more time for
Rectum.
that. Anyway, here's the poll results so far. Who do you think is the all-time craziest celebrity? We're talking crazy, man. Lunatic, 613 votes. I don't think they like this poll. That's because it's so one-sided. We probably should have said, aside from the king of plop, who's, you know what I mean? But that's okay. Just forget he's on there. Michael Jackson, 321. Crazy, irresponsible, pedophile. Mike Tyson, 57. Ozzy Osbourne, 44. Courtney Love has got
About 30, man.
Dennis Rodman, 25 for Denise. Gary Busey, 24. I'll tell you one thing. If I saw Dennis Rodman sitting in a public tea room, I would not go in there. No. I would not go anywhere near there to do anything. Gary Busey, 24. Andy Kaufman, 16. Charlton Heston, old Chuck Scott, 14. 14. Thank you. OJ's got 13. Unlucky number, OJ. I think they're going to come and get your ass this weekend. Next week, the rest of you. Pathetic, murdering piece of crap. Ann Heche, 10. Ted Nugent, 10. Robin Williams, 9. Pharrell's got 9. Scott Farrell, remember him? He's got 9. I said do one more so we get to 10. He can't do it. Come on, goose him up there a little bit. Goose up Pharrell. Jonathan Winters, 8. Howard Hughes, without the E, has got 6. Sid Vicious, 4. Liza Minnelli's only got 3. Liz Taylor's got a pair. Anna Nicole's got a big pair. Winona Ryder, 2. Keith Moon, 2. Joe Carroyo has got 2. Judy Garland, 1. Whitney Houston, only 1 for Whitney Houston. Only 1 for Bobby Brown. Only 1 for Margot Kidder. You kidding me? Xavier Suarez has 1. He's got his bathrobe on right now. And no votes yet for John Belushi, which was called in, 40, 50 times?
At least.
Jerry Lee Lewis don't have any. I think it's normal. A guy marries his 5-year-old cousin. What's wrong with that? Tommy Lee don't have any. Richard Pryor none. And Bobby Knight don't have any. We just don't have that basketball crowd. But I'm sure that once the Boogster comes on and we exhaust the Marlin talk after the first 5 minutes, we can rehash all of that good stuff about the Heat Game 6, and why they lost, and how come they didn't do this, and how come they didn't do that, et cetera, and so on, right?
Yeah, hoops. Let's talk hoops.
And then, if there's any time left over, we can discuss why Geldie shouldn't get that Panther job.
Bye. The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Attention, men. Would you like to feel relaxed once again?